Good afternoon. It is 3 o'clock. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone studios. Yesterday, Brian Callahan told the media that cornerback Roger McCreary dealing with a shoulder injury and that they will see how he does this week, while Kenneth Murray will try and work his way back from a hamstring injury both suffered in Sunday's loss to the Commanders. He also said that he's hoping the team can get back cornerback Chidobe Awuzie this week, while right tackle Leroy Watson continues to improve with a back injury. In NFL news today, former Titans and current Texans linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair was suspended for 3 games following the illegal hit he made on Jags quarterback Trevor Lawrence and several other personal fouls and unsportsmanship-related rules in past seasons. Al-Shaair is set to appeal the 3-game suspension. Tonight, number 3 Tennessee Vols basketball team hosts Syracuse at Thompson-Boling Arena at Food City Center. Tip-off for that game is at 6:30. The Zone will pick up the continuation of that game right here on The Zone after Mac Talk ends at 7. Also tonight at 7, the 5th edition of the College Football Playoff rankings will be released. The Vols, who were at number 8 last week, look to move up after a 36-23 win over Vanderbilt and losses from number 2 Ohio State and number 6 Miami. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, welcome in 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. It's chilly out there, y'all. Bundle up. Listen to me telling y'all to bundle up. You know what to do. You don't need me to tell you what to do. You're grown-ass people.
That's right.
Unless you're a kid having to listen in the car because your parents like the show.
And if that's the case, I'm sorry he said the A word.
Did I? I didn't even notice.
I got you, kids.
Oh, Don Davenport's here, y'all.
What up? That's right.
So, Babsy.
Yo. I've lost my my gate card, by the way, my door card.
You got so much going on.
I mean, like, where could it be? And then I look at my backpack that has 8,000 things in it. I'm
Sure,
like,
it's
it's
in there.
probably in that.
It's funny, too, because Slade now, his backpack is loaded up like yours. Like,
See?
it's rubbed off on him.
Yeah. And you
Me,
know
not
what?
so much.
If there is an emergency somewhere, I got us covered. I got Band-Aids. I got a thermometer. I got a heart rate monitor. I got everything.
So for those that missed the show, Babsy fell, hit her head, bust her head open, has staples, had a concussion. And I bring that up because I'm about to talk about Trevor Lawrence and his concussion.
Oh, man.
But for people that missed the show yesterday, just to update everybody because I know y'all care. But Babsy also had to put a dog down yesterday and explain that to Hadley.
4-year-old.
Yeah. And she did well, right? Like, she just needed a hug from Daddy. Did she do okay last night when she got back home after dinner?
So she just said, is Coco going to be in heaven forever?
Oh, Lord.
Can we go visit? I'm like, no.
Not right now.
No, you're not going to go visit.
So, in addition to all of that, Babs had to have scans on her brain because she fell and all this, and there was nothing wrong in the injury site, but they did find a cyst on her brain, and so the appointment yesterday went as well as it could have in that they say that they're going to take and please stop me if I miss details here, Babs, but I just thought it's easier for me to roll through it.
Yeah. Roll away.
Yeah, and they're going to take a conservative approach, which is awesome, and they're going to just keep checking. So another appointment on Friday.
So we don't know for sure if everything is okay, but that is the initial thought. And then I have an MRI on Friday.
Power of prayer. Power of prayer. And if you ever need, like, the most positive person in the history of positive people around you when you're dealing with some really stressful things, contact Slay Dog. Because his texts are just crazy. And I think I'm pretty positive, and then Slay just comes right on top of me. Like,
yeah. No, both of you guys are pretty positive. And you guys know I'm usually not the positive one.
You get on WebMD and all this stuff and just stay away. But
last week when my initial CAT scan was read at the emergency room and they immediately put me in with a neurologist, I was like, I'm going to die. This is it. Yeah. I'm dead, you know?
I wish there was a better way for them to do it too, because like the technicians always know what they see, but they can't tell
Well,
you.
and the way they word it, I'm like,
Yeah.
can we word it a little differently?
Plus, you went on
maybe?
Wednesday with Thanksgiving coming up, so then you've got to wait till Monday to do the further test with somebody more qualified. And
Right. Yeah, definitely stressful. But yes, thank you, all of you who have reached out. I love you all. We have the best listeners in the entire world. It's amazing. You guys are all amazing. And so thank you. And I'll take all your prayers on Friday. And I get my staples out tomorrow, which means I can actually brush that part of my hair.
Do they do like a staple remover? You know, like in the office? Like
I don't know.
And just like get underneath it and just pull it out?
So I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of scared.
Right?
Like, I think it's going to hurt way worse than the staples going in.
So we talked about this too. Like, I get not doing stitches because they would have had to shave that part of your head to do stitches. Right. So I understand that part. But like getting stitches, I've had over 100 stitches in my life. I was always busting things open all the time.
Typical boy.
Never broke anything, but always had stitches. But stitches, when they take stitches out, it actually tickles.
Okay, well, I don't think this is going to tickle.
I don't either. I'm sorry.
And my awesome doctor, Dr. Brown, was like, well, it might hurt too when it pulls your hair. I'm like, yeah, because they're basically stapled into my hair. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'll let you guys know. I'm doing it literally right before the show tomorrow.
Awesome. And Slay's not here. So I'll be prepared. But anyway, so all kinds of comments coming in. I'm glad we did this again.
John Kelly told me they cut him and pull him out, and it's nothing. Thanks, John.
Kent said I took 4 to my chest and then 1 through my knee in Iraq. Had to have staples taken out of my knees. They use a small staple remover. Like, so could I do it?
No.
Can I go get a staple remover from
Absolutely
downstairs and come up and do it? And then we could do you know how many views would we get? Is that what you think? How many TikTok views would we get of me taking Babs' staples out of her head?
I think we would get banned.
We might. Well, also, it would probably be a murder on TikTok because I would kill him.
You
right?
would kill me.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I would do it in a loving way. And I really have no desire to do that. But how many do you have? 2?
Staples?
Yeah.
No, 4.
Oh Lord. Yeah. Okay. M. Bob says it's going to be okay.
Thank you.
Karen Davis, hey Babs, hey Mayor.
Oh, look, Slay's in the chat.
Hey KD. At least Babs' voice is back to normal.
That's right. Here's the positive.
Right. And so part of the reason why I wanted to explain the concussion thing, you experienced, I say she experienced like you're not sitting here.
Right.
You experienced double vision, sensitivity to light, headaches. And I was worried about you.
I'm still dizzy.
Dizzy. Yesterday was such a special day for people coming by and so many thoughtful messages. And if you couldn't come by, that's fine. But a guy from Diamond Rio came by and didn't even say it. I talked to him for 5 minutes. He said nothing about music. But he gave me and Slay Maker's Mark, and he gave you an Almond Joy and Mayomi.
Bottle of Mayomi. Which I might need after I get staples out tomorrow.
So, yes, very, very cool. There, but
he had a Diamond Rio hat on, so that's why. That's how I found out.
But you in the last segment had to take the headphones off because you had a headache, so I was worried about you with the concussion.
Yes. So
did you sleep okay?
I did. Okay. Yep, I'm good. So I've progressively gotten better, but I'll say this: it's definitely been because I feel like mine was somewhat of a mild concussion, right? And I don't.
You have nothing to judge it by.
I wouldn't know.
I have no idea.
But I can still function now. I sat when I was on the road. I sat in a dark hotel room, didn't watch TV. All of that because that was the only thing that made it feel better. And I was so tired, just my brain was just tired.
Could you play a football game today?
No.
Right? So this is a week out.
That's what's crazy
6 days out.
To me is we're talking about a Trevor Lawrence where clearly his concussion, because we saw his body's reaction to it, was way worse than mine was, right?
Yeah, his arms did the Tua thing where they were
yep.
They were limp, but also there's no way to explain this.
No.
Well.
And
anyway, they were.
How bad is it that it's considered the Tua thing? Like, it's happened to him so many times.
Like, how do you explain
and
that
I look
without
at Tua and I'm like, how does he do this?
his arms just
Time after
hung? Like
time.
his body was limp, but his arms just hung there.
I forget the name. They call it something.
Posturing?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. We actually have a neuro nurse on the line. If we want to ask Gary
Let's go to Gary.
about all these things.
Gary, what's up? With regard to staples, what's going on, man? Yo, Zeph, pot him up. Gary, there you are. What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Hey.
No, she'll be okay. How many staples she have?
4.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like they're kind of like scissors and tweezers, kind of put together. And actually, there's 2 prongs that go under the staple. It sounds worse than it is, but there's 2 prongs that go under the staple, and then there's another prong on the other side that as you press down like you're using a pair of scissors, it actually pulls the staple apart as it's coming out.
Okay, so you can like push a button to get it done, or you have to yank it out.
It's not a yank. It's more of a. It's kind of like pulling them out with tweezers, but it's kind of like a scissory tool that it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
You may feel a little bit of a pinch, but nothing like probably having them put in.
Well, I mean, here's the good thing, Gary. And I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you. At least there aren't 12 staples. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's only 4.
It's only 4.
Oh, I was going to ask Gary about
Gary,
concussions.
Gary, call back.
Concussions. Everyone said that the arm thing is called fencing.
Fencing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a way better term than how I was going to describe it. I'm glad I stopped. And it wasn't intentional. It's just, I don't know. Like, I'm not smart enough to describe it in a non-graphic way. So, yeah, Zeph in my ear goes break.
I was going to say, I'm clearly not helping you out either right now. I'm just looking at you.
You are. I mean, sometimes you like to let me just die on the vine.
Yeah. No.
Kent says, oh my gosh, Babs. Vandyman AD, 2 prayers for you, Babs. Karen prayers. The other Karen, hey, Karen. Oh, they're Karens are talking to each other, which is really confusing. We need to bubble wrap Babs. We've talked about this before, actually. What did you do? There was something you did like years ago where I actually mentioned bubble wrapping you. I can't remember what it is.
I don't know. Sure, it's something. Steve said, love y'all. Prayers up, but this is now 4 segments in 2 days on Babs Health. Sports talk, please. Sorry, not sorry.
Okay.
Jesus
Steve,
Christ, dude. Okay, listen.
No. It's fine. But this is what I was going to say. Steve, the reason that we were talking about it is because we were talking about concussions and what we just saw with Trevor Lawrence and what I just experienced with a concussion and how I don't see how somebody with that serious of a concussion, because you saw what his body did in that moment, can be okay after a week. That was the entire conversation.
Also, man, try to have a heart. How about that? Damn. Yeah, Houston Texans linebacker. This is where I was going from all of this. Plus, we've gotten so many questions where people heard various things that we want to outline it every once in a while.
And on top of it,
apologies,
do you know what one of the biggest national stories is right now? Azeez Al-Shire and that hit that caused a concussion on Trevor Lawrence.
Right. Well,
that is the story.
I'm not going to justify any of that.
I know, but
because we care about you, and I know a lot of the listeners, all of the listeners, except for that guy, care about you as well. Houston Texans linebacker Azeez Al-Shire got hit with a 3-game suspension for the hit he put on Jacksonville quarterback Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence was knocked out of the game on Sunday, is in concussion protocol. Status for the Jags trip to Nashville is in doubt. Titans were a 1.5-point favorite. Before that hit, they are now a 3.5-point favorite. John Runyon, the NFL's VP of Policy and Rules Administration, which is funny. I didn't know he was that, because if there was ever an offensive lineman that was a play through the whistle guy, John Runyon's your man. John Runyon is your man.
He was on Blaine Bishop years, right?
Yep, he played for the Titans and then played with Blaine in Philly.
Oh.
And Blaine was agreeing with me about my stance on John Ray. Good dude. I'm just saying it's funny that he wrote this letter where he called the hit unacceptable and that his continued disregard for rules governing player safety will not be tolerated. Aziz Al-Shire will appeal. And so,
I think
again,
the history of Aziz probably is playing into this as well.
there's a lot of tape on him. Yep. 615-737-1045 if you want in. I'm sorry if we wasted one guy's time with your personal story.
Also, Steve, here's the beautiful thing. You can change the channel, my man.
I usually never say that, but feel free, bro.
Feel free.
All right,
You're
we'll
good.
be right back. 104.5 The Zone.
A
What?
Titans player got suspended.
There
We'll
you
talk
go.
about that next.
We'll be right back. I want to tell you about my friends at Brentwood Jewelry. These are great guys to know as we go into the holiday season. Man, Christmas coming up. Brentwood Jewelry there to help you. The Imamali family, BrentwoodJewelry.com is the website. You can check them out in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road on Church Street. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Hard to believe that the holiday season is here. Our friends at Brentwood Jewelry make Christmas shopping easy. As we all know, Christmas, a popular time to propose. It's also a great time for giving to those that you love, obviously. Brentwood Jewelry can give you the experience that you want, like a surprise gift of that dream ring that she's always wanted at a price that you can afford. Looking for something custom and unique? Consult with their custom designers or choose from their selection of fine jewelry, watches, engagement rings, or bring in that priceless heirloom. Have them transform that into a special gift that your special someone can wear every single day. Let Brentwood Jewelry create a personalized piece that is unique to the person that you are giving the gift to. It is Brentwood Jewelry's Cyber Week sale going on now through Saturday. Go to BrentwoodJewelry.com. Use the promo code CyberWeek15. CyberWeek15 to save 15% off select rings, watches, earrings, bracelets, and more. Find the perfect gift for and get same-day in-store pickup for free 2-day shipping. Brentwood Jewelry Cyber Week sale going on now at BrentwoodJewelry.com. Brentwood Jewelry located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road at 7012 Church Street. Brentwood Jewelry, exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Tupac Tuesday. I guess we should mention that Ron Slay is in Charlotte, North Carolina. He'll be on the SEC Network covering college basketball. And, man, there's some games tonight and tomorrow. Syracuse at Tennessee tonight. Tennessee now ranked 3rd in America. You always laugh at me when I say in America. I don't like in the country. I guess it's a better way to say it. I don't know why.
I like America.
Okay. Well, I know you like America. It just kind of sounds funny, I guess. Syracuse at number 3 Tennessee. How about that? Tennessee favored by 18.5 tonight, 6:30 ESPN. Number 4 Kentucky at Clemson. Kentucky 1.5 point favorite on the road, 8:30 p.m. ESPN. Then tomorrow, it's the SEC ACC Challenge, by the way. Tomorrow, number 10 Alabama at number 20 North Carolina. And both of Dawn Davenport's teams. Number 2 Auburn at number 9 Duke. I don't know what you're going to do.
This is so, it rips me apart. But I mean, I don't know. I have to root for Auburn. That's my
where you
school.
went.
That's my alma mater.
Yep.
That's where I went. Even though I grew up a Duke fan.
So you're going to root for Auburn?
root for Auburn to win in a really close game.
I really don't know if you know how you're going to go. Like, I don't.
Do you think maybe I'll know once the game starts?
Once the game starts, yes.
It's going to be weird.
I'm going to text you.
I can't talk to my mom.
Your brother's going the other way. Like, he's loving it. He's like, hey, man, this is awesome. They're playing each other, top 10 teams.
Do you remember when it came out and I texted him and I was like, this is awful. He's like, this is great. You're crazy.
7-1 Vanderbilt at 3-4 Virginia Tech in the SEC ACC Network Challenge. SEC ACC Challenge. It's on the ACC Network tomorrow at 8:15.
This is why Slay's in Charlotte, right? To analyze all those games.
Yes, and he'll do a great job, and you all know that. Sam Phelan, by the way, from A to Z Sports. I have no idea why I'm throwing this in there, other than it's written below the basketball stuff. You put me in charge of watching Sam on Survivor. He's still rolling. I think they're down to.
I haven't watched.
I think they're down to the top 8.
He made it a while though.
I mean, we could tell from being around, but
right.
But
because he was gone forever.
He was gone forever, but they said if you reach a certain point, then get out, then they put you in a hotel in LA because you can't go home until it's over.
Right. So clearly he made it to that point, right?
Yes. So anyway, I know we're not talking sports, but Sam Phelan is a friend of the market, so we cheer for Nashville. All right, Julius Wood, Tennessee Titans safety. Zeph, suspended?
Suspended without pay for 6 games for violating the league's performance-enhancing substance policy, according to the league
right now?
Announced today.
Well, plus, you're not even in the starting rotation, so, what would he be without that? Was that too hardcore?
Where he is now, not on a team and not getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Julius. That was just an easy joke. Sorry. I mean, maybe I should do it. You think I should do performance enhancing? What would performance enhancing drugs be for me, though?
I don't know. What performance are you enhancing? That was a loaded question. Huh.
I don't know. To make my voice good and not bad, I don't know. What can you do to...
Your voice is good.
What can you do to improve that on radio?
I don't know. Speaking of using out-of-world substances, the Aaron Rodgers documentary is premiering on December 17th on Netflix.
Do y'all think Aaron Rodgers...
Speaking of crazy.
Do y'all think Aaron Rodgers is playing football in 2025?
No.
I don't either.
I do.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
For the Jets? They're talking about, they're asking the interim coach, are you going to bench Aaron Rodgers? You can't, as an interim coach, bench a Hall of Fame quarterback. I'm not going to be that guy. They could go out and, not score a point.
You can do that way more as an interim coach.
I don't want to be that guy, though. How do you want to be remembered? The guy that benched Aaron Rodgers? I don't care if they don't score a point for 6 games in a row. I'm not benching that guy.
There's so many people that hate Aaron Rodgers,
he can bench himself.
That it might make him really popular. I don't know. So that was the Titans suspension. Meh. Next. What were you saying, Sam Phelan, A to Z Sports?
Yeah.
This, what did you say about him?
Top 8. I think it's top 8. Might be top 7.
I thought you were bringing up what A to Z Sports wrote about Will Levis.
I'm going to do that. It's in the. I actually made a show rundown today and sent it to you.
Oh, you did?
We've already deviated off of it, if you're wondering.
Right, because, we spent time talking about family stuff. But the College Football Playoff Committee releases its rankings tonight. What do they do with Ohio State? Yesterday we brought it up, and I thought it was a great point about Georgia that Trey Wallace brought up. Remember, Georgia fell from 3 to 12. 12! From 3 to 12 when they lost on the road as a, 2.5-point favorite at Ole Miss, ranked Ole Miss. What do they do with Ohio State, who was number 2 and lost at home, favored by 20.5 to a 5-loss team? What do they do with Ohio State?
Here's my question.
I'm going to go ahead and set it up right now because they're not going to do what they should do.
Here's my question with it. Ward Manuel, the chair of this year's Michigan AD. Now, when we looked at Indiana, remember when Indiana beat Michigan, that was such an impressive win for them. Remember? A 5-5 Michigan team. But Ohio State, is this going to be a loss to a good team, or is it going to be a bad loss? Which one is Ward Manuel going to lean to when he gives his explanation afterwards?
I just want consistency.
What time is this thing on tonight?
7 o'clock.
No, it's 6 o'clock our time.
Oh.
They keep moving it around. So it's 6 o'clock our time. So,
which were you guys surprised? I don't know. I was kind of surprised that they were releasing rankings this week with only conference championships to go. I just feel like you can't change a whole lot after conference championships. Minus, if Clemson wins or whatever. But, are you going to move Tennessee somewhere after the SEC championship? Do you know what I mean? I just feel like it's weird.
You do have Penn State and Oregon playing each other.
Absolutely.
So how do you value, if Penn State gets blown out by Oregon, what do you do?
But here's the thing.
So do you value playing in the championship game?
That championship and that matchup and whatever happens the same way you value the SEC championship.
So Texas and Georgia. There. Let's say Texas beats Georgia. Let's say Texas pounds Georgia. I doubt that happens, but let's say they beat them 23-13 or something. What do you do with Georgia? Do you move them beyond Tennessee, even though they beat Tennessee at home because they have 3 losses at that point and Tennessee has 2?
But their third loss is in the championship.
Right. But I think these are
penalize. But
they're so flippant with their explanations. So
in every single conference and team, it's a different explanation for why.
Really,
certain things happen.
The only 2 conferences that really matters for is the Big Ten and the SEC, really, because the Big 12, only one Big 12 team is getting in.
Correct.
The Group of 5, only one Group of 5 team is getting in.
Correct.
And then
ACC.
No,
ACC,
that
one matters.
ACC matters because it's whether or not SMU is getting the bye or if SMU is going to compete with a 3-loss Alabama, 3-loss Ole Miss, 3-loss South Carolina, 2-loss Miami for that 12th spot.
Right. Obviously, if Clemson loses, they're done. So you don't have to worry about them. And that would be the easiest path for the committee.
My thought is Miami's out. Chris Lowe agreed with me. There are projections that still have Miami in, but they've lost 2 out of their last 3 games. That's tough. Then you've got SMU. If they lose, that's 2 losses. The BYU loss doesn't look as good as it once did. But then Clemson gets the championship and gets a bye, and the whole championship get a bye thing is ridiculous. But I think it's going to be interesting. Usually, how this goes down is Zeph texts us results, but then sometimes he's wrong about how he interprets it.
Yeah, because I forget that there's a ranking,
right,
and then I forget that there's a ranking, and then there's the bracket, and the ranking never matches up with the bracket because of the thing that Brenton hates, and that is the fact that the top 4 conference winners get a free bye, and so Boise State being ranked at 12 or 11, getting to be number 4 in the bracket just messes with my mind.
615-737-1045.
Zeph always freaks out.
He freaks out about everything, which is why we said yesterday I was glad that you refrained from texting when Tennessee was down 14-0 5 minutes into the game. 615-737-1045. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Ramon Foster, Big Savagery, is in here just hamming it up.
He asked where his wife wants to know where I got my my hoodie.
Where'd you get it?
You ready? Sheen.
S-H-E-E-N?
It was like $11.
SHEIN.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Zeph.
Now, I'm pretty sure it comes from China, so it'll probably take like 3 months for you to get it, but
Ramon also
it's
like,
$11.
what are y'all doing in here? LOL, I'm here for it.
Oh, yeah, it's a hot mess in that chat. It's a hot mess.
Moan is all in. It's Slay's in here. Yeah, Tennessee's going to wear. How do you feel about this as a Tennessee fan? They're going
for basketball.
Dark mode tonight for basketball.
It was bound to happen with the popularity with football, dark mode, baseball introducing it. I'm sure,
I love it.
I wonder if the Lady Balls will ever bring a dark mode uniform in any of their sports.
Yes, would be my answer. But I love it tonight, especially given the opponent. You're going against the Orange. Syracuse. 615-737-1045.
I love it, and I think that that's a Danny White switch too, right? I feel like in the past, like Tennessee would not want to do wild jerseys often.
And I know Rick Barnes has spoken out about the fact that he has wanted to do the black jerseys for a while.
So I think that's a Danny White, like understanding in this day and age what's popular and what people want, you know?
And I like the consistency among all the sports, having kind of the same types of jerseys. You obviously have. Now, we haven't seen Smoky
The
Gray
dark
anywhere.
mode.
Well, we haven't
Smoky
seen
Gray
Gray
struggled on the win-loss column for a while, right?
Yeah.
I do love me some Smoky Grays, though.
Now, apparently, Ramon's wife, Keisha, is in here. And he said she's in here and excited now. Excited that she knows where you got your hoodie and how much it was.
And they have a bunch of different colors.
All right, Dolly
I
Parton.
actually just ordered another one. I ordered a black one and a hot pink one.
So if Dolly Parton wrote that song now, it would be a hoodie of many colors.
Yeah. I don't even know what song that is.
Cloak of many colors.
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay, so that's going to have to play.
I'm not a true Tennessean.
It's kind
clearly.
of a sappy song, but anyway. But it's Dolly Parton. She's Nashville's favorite. Kent and Franklin. Kent, what's going on, brother?
How's it going? How are y'all doing?
Oh, good, man. Thank you.
First off, Steve, feel free to change the channel. If you don't like it, tough Shiana.
Shiano.
Oh,
There's
here's
that.
the thing, man. We do the best job we can to put together the best show possible for you guys and give you something. I know a lot of people have
amazing.
tough days and tough things going on in life, and ultimately we're just trying to entertain. But we're also one big happy family. So when something happens to the family, we want to let you know.
Yep.
Within
I
reason.
called in because the other day I made a tweet during the Vandy UT game where I said that if Vandy pulled off the unthinkable, then I would be insufferable the entire week. Tagged Ron in it, tagged other alum. And
Wait, are you the one that he was talking about yesterday?
yep, that's me.
Way to go, Kent. I love that you called in, too.
I'm also the one in the chat.
Yeah.
So I am here to give Ron his victory lap. I know he's out. He said he would call him afterwards. But Ron, here's your victory lap. I'm going to sing Rocky Top for you because it's much deserved and y'all have earned it. Congratulations. So here it goes. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top. Woo! Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Look at you, Kent.
That's a good one.
Kent.
Good job, buddy.
Y'all are
Appreciate
cool.
you. Yep.
Slay said, "This is what I respect from Kent. Love ya, Kent. Listen, you talk the smack. It doesn't go your way. You pay your bet off. Good job, Kent.
Slay has so much respect for that. And Slay talks so much smack. You know, like he loves
So
it.
much
He
smack.
loves it. Back and forth.
And always has.
And when it doesn't go his way, he'll let you know. But when it does go his way, he'll also let you know. 615-737-1045.
That was not an excited Rocky Top version, by the way.
But he did it.
But he did it.
He did
Yep.
it. He did it. Hey, man. He showed up. The Athletic college football playoff projections. Ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
This is how they have it breaking down. Number 11 seed Miami at 6 seed Penn State. So they've got Miami in. 12 seed Arizona State. They just made them the Big 12 champion. We'll have to wait and see. At number 5, Texas. You had a question?
Oh, I was just going to say that would be the best case scenario for Miami to play Penn State.
They could win that game.
Exactly. And I
Right.
think Penn State is completely overrated.
So even though I don't think Miami should be in, they could advance with that matchup.
They could prove
Yeah.
that they deserve to be in with a matchup against Penn State, I think.
And if they got in, I would bet that way.
Do you
Miami.
know what was fascinating? Because obviously I just worked that Miami-Syracuse game, listening to Mario Cristobal talk. This is his third year there, right? 100% it was, and the story about Cam Ward's hilarious, by the way. I'll tell that later. But his third year there, like he absolutely basically this team had this mentality that this is their year. You know, when you have a team where you just know it's special or you feel like you think you know it's
They had
special.
that 1-point win on the last play of the game.
Isn't it crazy?
Who
But
was
for
that?
some reason, Louisville, right?
Louisville.
Yeah.
Yep. Right after they beat Virginia Tech by like 4, and Virginia Tech
And
6 and
with
6.
that controversial ending.
Yep. With the flag thing. Yep.
Yeah, but it's like that was his message to this team the whole time. You guys are destined to be the team that puts Miami back on the map. This is it. It's just crazy because that defense had struggles all year.
So where do you come down on selling destined? Because that's a tough.
Because
you can't walk that back.
And then what happens when you lose to Georgia Tech and now you lose to Syracuse?
Or what happens next year when you try to do it again and you try to sell that again?
Well, and you don't have Cam Ward.
Yeah. Athletic college football playoff projections real quick, and then we'll go to the breaks. I do have the other bowl games also. The Athletic has all the, I'll run through the SEC bowl games, also Memphis and Western Kentucky. We'll do that when we come back. But they've got number 10, Indiana, at number 7, Notre Dame. There is some thought that could happen, Indiana at Notre Dame.
That's crazy.
The winner would play at Georgia. Number 9, and this is what's debatable right now.
This is the Athletics.
Right. So a lot of people are waffling on this one. A lot of people have Tennessee and Ohio State 8 and 9, but have them flipped around. So the Athletic has Ohio State number 9 going to 8 Tennessee. Could you imagine Neyland Stadium with a night game against Ohio State? Winner would play number 1 Oregon.
That would be a really good game.
Woo.
That would be a really good game.
Other bowl games I'll hit you with when we come back. 13 of the 16 SEC teams look likely to play and will play in bowl games. The only 3 that will not, Mississippi State, Auburn, and Kentucky. Got the rest when we come back. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep. Gupton is your spot. Daniel Gupton and his crew ready to help you out. If you're looking for pre-owned vehicles, might be a great way to go in December, especially if you're looking for, I don't know, the kid in the house that just turned 16 or maybe a Christmas present for somebody, if you want to go that way. They've got incredible inventory of pre-owned vehicles, great inventory of new vehicles as well. Great selection of Ram trucks. Also, Jeeps, all the Jeep products they have ready for you. Anything you're looking for, they'll be able to help you. Just let them know. Go up there and let them know what you're looking for. Maybe you need something with better gas mileage, maybe more room. Take your test drive, go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it will be that easy. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. Just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Check them out online. All the dealership information is there. All the deals they have going on in December. All of the inventory is there as well at GuptonMotors.com.
Check this out, fellas. Guess where I went today? I went to GameDayMen'sHealth.com. That's right. Went over there to get my testosterone shot. You probably in the gym and be like, Slay, I've been getting a testosterone shot. All right, that's cool, but have you been getting your levels checked? That's what I need to know. So you probably in there getting a shot from your partner. You're like, this is how we're going to do. We're going to go out and get jacked, baby. Yeah. But you don't know what's going on in your body, man. You need to get that checked out. And why? because it matters. Like, you want to live, brother. And, hey, the best part about all of this, man, when you go get your consultation and lab work to find out what's going on in your body, it's completely free. That's right. You're under no obligation to move forward if you don't think they are the right fit. Now, I'm telling you right now, 1 in 4 men aged 30 and older, they experience T levels getting very low, and that percentage increases as we age. So I'm giving you an opportunity in Hendersonville or Green Hills to go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com to find information on them and book an appointment right now online. There's no reason to delay getting the game today with GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
I love living in Middle Tennessee. We've got great restaurants, entertainment, sports, and one of the nation's top Ford dealers right here in our backyard. Two Rivers Ford. Remember that name. Two Rivers has been a staple in our community since 1983. They're locally owned. They have a non-commissioned sales team, and they sell below MSRP. They've been doing business with integrity for decades. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
Three Talk 104.5 The Zone. Slay Dog going to hop on at 4 o'clock.
He is.
Live from Charlotte.
His schedule looked crazy.
I know. I asked him, I thought it was yesterday, but now I think it's this morning. I woke up so early today. But I think it was this morning. But then he sent us like his schedule and stuff, and I was like, man, I don't want to put pressure on him. But he's going to do it, and he's in the chat having fun with y'all. If you want to be in there, the F&M Bank chat is open. YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
By the way, I was just looking at Nico's numbers. He only needs like 400 yards to have the 10th best single-season passing season in Tennessee history. So if he could play multiple games, he's going to get a top 10 season in the history of the program.
Isn't that crazy? Because
you don't think it.
You don't think it.
But he quietly,
You don't think it. Is it because the hype was so big for him coming into this season?
Yes, I think that's part of it. I also think part of it is people forget he's a freshman.
Absolutely. Heupel warned us at SEC Media Days. Do you remember? He was like serious, like looked us in the eye and was like, listen, people have to remember that he is going to make freshman mistakes. He has not played at this level yet.
He has the third longest passing play in Tennessee football history, which came against Vanderbilt, 86 yards to Thornton. He has 19 touchdown passes and only 5 interceptions.
I would have thought he had more interceptions.
And fewer passing touchdowns.
Yep.
He's got 8 in the last 2 weeks, so that's part of it.
Okay, yeah. Well, okay.
So he's
okay, ready? I'm going to be a jerk.
He's only 3 off the Tennessee record for passing touchdowns in a season. Sorry, top 10. 3 off. You're going to be a jerk?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Take out the cupcakes.
Yeah, but...
No, don't butt me.
No, I am going to butt you because Tennessee plays cupcakes every single year. So you're comparing him to quarterbacks that Peyton Manning played against cupcakes. I win.
Okay.
I usually don't win on you, but I won.
Listen, Nico didn't make the schedule. He just went out there and played ball.
That has nothing to do with it.
No,
Zeph,
that has nothing to do with it.
That has absolutely nothing to do with it. That right there is a Tennessee glasses orange kind of comment.
That's what all those people were telling me about strength of schedule and
no,
how
it's true.
Big Ten has played nobody, and hey, they can only play the games in front of them.
I mean, it's true. But that doesn't apply to Nico didn't make the schedule.
But like the quarterback, you're comparing him to quarterbacks that play cupcakes every single year. Every team does it.
Okay, I see what you're saying in that. But in general, let's not talk about the comparing them to quarterbacks in the past, right?
I just think it's interesting.
Let's not talk about that though. Take out the cupcakes. How does his season look?
Right. Okay. Well,
do you see what I'm saying?
I know since the halftime of the Alabama game where we all said it looked like the light went on, he has 12 touchdowns and 1 interception.
And that's a conversation piece.
Yeah. Now there are cupcakes involved. I just think it's interesting because I don't think that people would look at Nico's season and think, oh man, he had a top 10 quarterback season in the history of the school.
Absolutely not.
Right. That's why I wanted to make that point.
But part of the reason that they don't look at it that way, that he had a top 10 season, is because it wasn't during the big games, right? You didn't see him excel you haven't yet seen him excel during the big games. Is that fair? That's not saying that he won't. That's not saying that he's not capable. That's not saying that he's not a freaking eventually top 10 draft pick.
I think he held up very well in big games as a freshman.
Right.
I think he held up very well.
And it's not like they were asking him to carry the team on his back, like some of these SEC teams do.
Well, and you can't do that for a freshman.
Yeah.
You can't.
12 touchdowns, 1 interception since halftime of the Alabama.
No, they asked the defense to carry them.
Them and Dylan Sampson.
And Dylan Sampson. Yep.
All right, other bowl games. These are SEC teams in bowl games. This is from The Athletic. Projections.
Auburn. Oh, wait.
Yeah, there are 3 SEC teams not going bowling. Mississippi State, Auburn, and Kentucky. By the way, Mark Stoops is on one. He's like, y'all going to have to come in here and get me out of here.
Why wouldn't he?
Right? But I mean, he was like,
you want to pay me that buyout? Great, go ahead.
Can you find that quote? His quote, Mark Stoops' quote, was really good about, I'm not going anywhere.
Well,
they won one SEC game.
Crazy.
At Ole Miss.
And
kept them out, potentially.
That's a hell of a one to win, too.
Right?
Well, and he's been extremely vocal about lack of NIL there.
Yep.
About them not being able to compete in the NIL world there.
Other bowl games, SEC. First Responder Bowl, NC State and Arkansas. Gator Bowl, Duke and Florida. Great job, Billy Napier, getting down the stretch, man. Texas.
Great job, Manny Diaz, too, by the way. If they had even a minuscule of a better offense, they'd be in the college football playoff talk.
They were undefeated for a minute. Texas Bowl, Baylor and Missouri.
Baylor now. How about Baylor? What did Baylor win down the stretch to finish off? Like their last 6 games, I think.
Is that what it is?
I mean, unreal what Dave Aranda was able to turn around and do there. They were talking about firing him.
Drink in the little knit hat in the snow on Saturday was kind of funny to me. Like
He's a mess.
some people can't pull off the knit hat. I'm one of them. I cannot pull off the knit hat.
I'm not sure I've ever seen you in
I
one.
have one in my bag. I'll put it on and let you see. I cannot pull it off.
Wait, I have seen you at Army Navy in one when it was snowing because you didn't have a choice. You don't think Drink can pull it off? He can or he can't?
I didn't think he could.
Drink can't pull a whole lot off.
But he doesn't care. That's the beauty of him.
Oh, he don't
Like,
care.
I'm here. I don't care what y'all think. What was Mark Stoops' quote?
Everybody wants to replace me right now, but I'm not going anywhere. My butt is going to work tomorrow, and I'm going to try and be motivated as hell to get this thing fixed and get better.
All right.
My butt's not going anywhere.
I actually thought they were my pick to be the surprise team this year.
Yeah,
I was
he
dead
seemed
wrong.
He seemed very confident at SEC Media Days, and I felt the other way on Shane Beamer.
Right.
And look at them now. Who would want to play South Carolina right now?
Nobody.
Well, they're on this
Do
list.
they have a chance?
They have a chance. They're one of the 3 SEC teams that's trying to lobby.
It's how much does the committee take into account
Head to head.
how you're playing at the end of the season, too?
Compared to head to head, because Alabama and Ole Miss both beat them, and Ole Miss pounded them.
Mm-hmm.
Where was I? Citrus Bowl, Illinois, Alabama. Which, that's interesting because that was Bear Bryant's last game, a bowl game against Illinois. And then he retired, and then he died. Like, he was in great health. You know, they talk about, like, workaholic guys that when they quit doing what they do, they unfortunately pass away pretty quickly. Joe Pa, yep, Bear Bryant. Anyway, yeah, they played Illinois, I believe. What is this? Really a quest? Is that what it is? Michigan and South Carolina.
Okay.
South Carolina would pound them.
Pound them.
Michigan's got a good defense, but Sellers, man, Sellers has hit a different level now. That guy.
That dude.
Music City Bowl, Iowa, Ole Miss.
Ooh.
December 30th. Vegas Bowl, USC, Texas A&M. Liberty Bowl, Kansas State, LSU. Gasparilla Bowl, North Carolina, Oklahoma. Birmingham Bowl, Tulane and Vanderbilt. That would be on December 27th, and that would be a tough matchup for Vanderbilt. Tulane's a good team. In fact, they've got a chance to do more. 68 Ventures has Georgia Southern playing Western Kentucky on December 26th in Mobile, Alabama. Independence Bowl, Memphis and West Virginia, December 28th in Shreveport. Slay Dog coming up next. Stay tuned. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening now, man? It's Big Slay, and I recently contacted We Grow Hair because I was losing some hair. Yeah, the sunroof was starting to show. I didn't want it on tilt. I wanted it closed, hard top. I know a car ain't got no roof, but not in this form. I know what you're thinking. You're like, Big Slay, why though? Well, I'm watching myself on the stream, and I'm not going to sit by and watch the hair just slip out. fallout, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to fix it. Went to PAI Medical. We grow hair. Actually, I went there today also. Get my little therapy, But you can lose up to 50% of your hair before you even notice it. Do what I did. Call right now for your free evaluation, 615-376-6010. For almost 30 years, We Grow Hair has been Nashville's premier hair restoration medical clinic. We Grow Hair's FDA-approved laser hair therapy plus antigen therapy is going to restore your hair. All you got to do is take the time to get in there. They even have a trademarked hair transplant procedure that gives you 3 times more hair in one procedure. Now, you're losing your hair, fix it. Go to WeGrowHair.com, 615-376-6010. Call now and get you an appointment and tell them and let them know Big Slay told you to go.
All right, want to tell you guys about Zen Sports. Yes, the newest sports book right here in Tennessee. So their November big game sweepstakes was so much fun. Everybody loved it. So guess what? They're rolling it back with the big game sweepstakes college edition for December. Very cool. So here's how it works. The grand prize winner in this sweepstakes will receive $10,000 cash and 2 VIP tickets to the college football championship game, or $15,000 cash as an alternate prize. How about that? Yes, you can earn points for entries for every bet you place on Zen Sports, for every dollar you wager, and then 10 times the entries for every parlay you put in. How about that? Yes, sign up for Zen Sports too, and you'll automatically earn up to $100 no danger first wager. So if your first bet loses, you'll be reimbursed for the amount of your bet, up to $100. Start betting with Zen Sports. Download the app. Go to zensports.com today. Zen Sports, where betting just got better. You got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. No danger first wager, limited to plus 500 odds to qualify. Terms and conditions apply. A qualifying wager for a wager entry must have minimum odds for any leg in the entry of at least minus 250 or worse American odds. Head to zensports.com/sweepstakes for contest terms and conditions. You got to be 21 and older and in Tennessee to bet.
Good afternoon. It is 4:01. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone studios. Titans news today. Safety Julius Wood has been suspended for 6 games without pay due to his violation of the NFL's performance-enhancing substance policy. In NFL news today, former Titans and current Texans linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair was suspended for 3 games following the illegal hit he made on Jags quarterback Trevor Lawrence and for several other personal fouls and unsportsmanship-related rules in past seasons. Al-Shaair is set to appeal the 3-game suspension. Tonight, number 3 Tennessee Vols basketball team hosts Syracuse at Thompson-Boling Arena. Tip-off for that game is at 6:30. The Zone will pick up the continuation of that game right after Mac Talk ends at 7. Also tonight at 6 o'clock, not 7 o'clock, that's Eastern Time, the 5th edition of the College Football Playoff Rankings will be released. The Vols, who were at number 8 last week, look to move up after a 36-23 win over Vanderbilt and losses from number 2 Ohio State and number 6 Miami. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. What up, Nashville? Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful and cold day in the Music City. How about that snow last night? That was fun.
It was so pretty.
It was pretty, wasn't it?
I mean, I don't want to live my life in it, but it was pretty.
Driving on the interstate, it was like Star Wars, the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. Baby Babs loved it.
She did?
That's the first time she's been old enough to realize and recognize snow. She's been saying she wants snow.
Okay, good. Well, she got
I'm like, well,
bit.
Mommy doesn't.
She got a little bit last night. Yes, Babs is here, y'all.
What up?
Zeph's trying to do stuff.
A little slow, Zeph. That snow's getting to you, isn't it?
Yeah, I got distracted. I see Slay brushing his hair on the Zoom.
Zeph can pull off the knit hat. You see him?
Zeph lives in the knit hat. Lives in the knit hat.
Only when it's cold.
Zeph, I need you to come help me when you get a chance after you get Slate going. Oh, you can pull off the knit hat, Mayor. You
think so?
Yeah.
Press the blue button on that top one. Down. Yeah, right there.
Thank you. I love it when things are
happen.
easy.
Yeah. Is Slay Dog there?
That's a yes.
Wait, let me put my coat on also.
Yo, why are you putting a coat on? What are you doing?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, what?
I'm trying to
Tell
test
him,
out.
Slay.
I'm trying to test out the look. I don't think I can pull off a knit hat, but if I'm gonna put the knit hat on, might as well put my coat on. See how it all fits, Slay Dog.
I feel like Cosell. I feel like Greg
you.
Cosell right now. Sitting in the middle of you guys.
Are you in your hotel room?
I am. I was about to go to the studio, but I said, you know what? I ought to wait because I may miss you guys. And then at 420, we got Jim Webb, right? So
Yeah, good call.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Thanks, Slay.
Like
Appreciate it.
Slay just on top of it. He's not even here and he's on top
Hey,
of
how
it.
was the trip? How was the trip to the airport during the snow last night?
Oh, that was nuts, man. Listen, man. I had to switch. First of all, I get to the airport, I'm rushing to get there. I go the back way. The Babs tell me to go so we can go valet, which I ain't going to tell everybody else, so it's me and Babs' interest. But apparently everybody else found it out. So
Yeah.
that was backed up, which was not good. My flight was at 7:28. That's what time it was supposed to take off. I was supposed to board at 6:58. So once I got to the airport, finally got there, all of these cars that were in the way were for departures or arrivals. So it's packed for no reason. Getting the valet was easy peasy. I get there, drop the truck off, boom, go in. I'm on my way to get through security. Boom, I get to my gate. I got about 5 minutes left. And at that time, nobody's boarding. But it says boarding on time. So y'all know I like to go to my little spot, the little Egyptian spot. You know, get my little chicken garden, chicken salad.
Yep.
Yeah. So
The
my boy
guy
see
that
me.
puts it together is like, he goes and grabs like 8 sauces because he knows Slay's
Dog. He
coming.
loves Slay Dog. I thought you were talking about Voodoo Donuts for a second.
I'm gonna get to that. So when I get right there to my guy, the dude was like, "What's up, cousin?" So I'm like, "What's up, my man? I'll be going put me together so I can get on back. I gotta get to my flight." So I'm rushing them along, give me a little extra tip, get on through, skip the line, boom. I'm back at my gate. It's supposed to be boarding. Nobody's boarding. So I asked the little people, I'm like, "Hey man, is the flight to Charlotte still on time? Y'all ain't changed the flight or nothing. I ain't seen nothing to update or nothing." They was like, "Yeah, but it's a problem. We're gonna have to switch gates." I'm like, "All right, cool. I'm just gonna sit on now." How many minutes I got? It was like about 15 minutes. So 15 minutes go by, I'm eating, having me a good time, watching Monday Night Football. And then all of a sudden, I hear over the intercom, "You better get to T3 because the gate has been changed and you're probably gonna miss your connection in Charlotte." I'm like, see, first of all, that ain't got nothing to do with me because I'm going straight to Charlotte and I ain't got no connection. I feel sorry for those people that had to make that decision.
See, Slay, I think also, like, you're big time enough for, like, the airport to make an announcement. Yo, Slay, get to your gate. Like, just for you. You know what I mean?
That would have helped.
Wait, isn't T where you have to take like a bus or something now?
Yeah, but not this part of T.
Okay.
The one I'm going to, they still got a little dock. But the good thing about going to T, I was rushing to get through security, so I ain't get to go buy Voodoo Donuts. Mind you, at this time, it's about 8 o'clock, and they said we're going to board at 8:28. I'm like, oh, let me hurry up and get over there, put this chicken salad down, finish that up, and I can go give me one Voodoo Donut. That's all I'm going to need. I will usually get like 4 or 5, but anyway, Babs, put your hands down. I went on over there. I finished my chicken salad, and I walked over there to Voodoo Donuts, and guess what, y'all?
What up?
They was closed.
No. Why?
That's early.
I don't know. I've never seen them close that early, man. It broke my heart.
I was waiting for you to say boom, bam, bip.
Now, listen.
Got your donut.
I was going to boom, bam, bip because I tried to reach through the cage that they had locked and see if I could reach a donut, but my arms weren't long enough, like the Incredibles, Mr. Stretch. But anyway, I go past that and get back in line to get onto the plane. Once I get onto the plane, they make an announcement when we're sitting on the plane. We only got like 15 people on the plane. They make an announcement and say, we got a problem. We got 7 planes on the ground and only got 3 de-icing trucks. So we're the 4th in line to get de-iced.
Oh, and that takes a while.
Man, I done fell asleep on the plane, woke up. We still ain't took off. By the time I landed in Charlotte, I was supposed to be here at 52 or something like that, East Coast time. I got here at 11:55 East Coast time.
Woo!
Oh, man.
Welcome to winter weather trouble.
No, it was so dumb, man.
And de-icing does take a while, and it smells.
Yeah, see, well, guess what? I did get upgraded. I rode first class.
Well, look at you, fancy.
Yeah, boy. Hey, can I give a shout out real quick?
Shout outs presented by your mom and them. Hit it.
Hey, man, salute to Kent for calling in, the Vandy fan.
How about that?
Big salute to you. And the only reason I'm giving him a huge salute is 1, he owned up to it. 2, he talked smack before leading up to the game. So that's why it's accepting. That's what I'm all about, man. If you can come back and own what you was talking trash up to all the way up to the game after getting the result, hey, man, big salute to you. So, Kent, hey, man, you go up a couple of notches in my book, man. Appreciate that.
While we got you, Slay Dog is in Charlotte. For those wondering, he'll be all over the SEC network today and tomorrow. SEC, ACC Challenge, Slay Dog. Syracuse at Tennessee. Tennessee now ranked number 3 in the country. Tennessee an 18.5-point favorite. 6:30 tonight on ESPN. Vols going dark mode. What do you think about this matchup?
Man, I love the matchup. I love the matchup because we got veteran guards. Syracuse got a team of guards trying to carry that team. Not really known for having a big man right now, in my opinion. But I think, man, the Vols, 19.5 is a lot of points. I will say that. But I will say also, when you rank the number 2 team in the nation, it means a little bit more. So you got to go play like that night in and night out. And I think you see that, number 3 team in the nation. But when you see that in a team like Auburn, night in and night out, regardless whoever the opponent is, top 10 opponent, bottom 350 opponent, they play the same way. So you want to be ranked that high, you need to go out there and cover that spread regardless of whatever it is, man. And I think they do it with Zakai and Meshack. I think they take on the challenge of playing against good guards, especially SEC, ACC. It's really a slick little nasty rivalry.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get to Auburn in just a second, but I sent you like the college basketball nerd analytics guys have Tennessee and Auburn tied number 1 in the country.
Yeah, I saw that with Net and KenPom, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So
yeah, that's pretty dope, man.
It's going to be a fun year in the SEC for sure. What do you think about that Kentucky-Clemson matchup tonight?
Bless you, Babs.
In Clemson, yes, bless you, Babs. Kentucky favored by 1.5. Their first real big matchup.
Yeah, and I think, man, Clemson is really good. That's what, they returned a lot of people, and they haven't lost, I don't think, at home since last February, if I'm not mistaken. Like, that's pretty decent, man, especially on the run they went in, and the ACC got to going down the stretch when we had NC State rolling, Carolina rolling, all of these teams, Duke trying to get it together. But Clemson, that will be a true opponent. It does get rowdy in their arena. They picked up some big wins last year, non-conference. And I think walking into this will be another good test for Kentucky with Mark Pope to establish who he is. Like, we talked all this talk with Cal leaving. Man, what Kentucky going to do? How they going? Man, One thing about it, the players make the program. The foundation makes the program. The history makes the program. Coaches help guide it in the right direction. Once they move on, man, the buildings and the pillars still stand. Kentucky's still Kentucky. So salute to them, man.
All right. This one is it's kind of a hard one for me. Duke and Auburn. I know. You know what I want? That's tomorrow night. Yeah. I want Auburn to win a really close game, like maybe overtime or something. What do you think?
I want this to go into 59 overtimes because I want you to have to sit there and wallow in misery trying to figure out, ooh, it got so good. I really want Duke to win, but I can't turn on my alma mater. Charles Barkley might call me and cuss me out. And I also know Fishback out. There's so much going on. I don't know what to do. I love it, Babs, but I think it's going to be a great matchup. And you seen Duke play. Man, they played everybody to the wire. Yeah. They just so young. That's what it comes in about getting over the hump, how to finish games. When you talk about finishing games, that's what Bruce Pearl and Auburn does well. Whether they down 19, 17, they know how to walk that lead down, and they know how to finish once they get you on the ropes. They got a guy in Janai Broome that's been playing like an All-American ever since the second half of Houston. I called him out on social media, and that man, not like he was listening to me or anything, but he responded in that second half and has been playing like a true All-American. And right now, he's probably the National Player of the Year. And leading with a runaway, man. This man is dominant on all facets, all three levels, offense, defense. And to see him and Cooper Flagg not knowing that they won't be matched up a lot, but just to see that duel and who carries that team to the finish line is going to be interesting.
Yeah, you love Broome. You text us every time he starts going off, so then we turn it on.
I love him, too.
Nephew Selly points out, Mayor, Kentucky did play Duke, so Clemson's second big test. I meant on the like a true road game. But anyway, yes, that's definitely true. And I definitely watched that Kentucky-Duke game. So,
and I'm looking real quick for Kentucky. I want to see Jackson Robinson, the heralded guy that came from BYU with Mark Pope. He got to step up, man. He ain't played well enough to me yet. Now, the team is great altogether, but I want to see guys that have that tag of being the guy. You got to carry it for me. I need to see that.
Hey, real quick on the way out, we never talked about this on the show. I feel like we talked about it privately on our text messages all the time. Danny Hurley, what in the world?
Man, I don't know what Danny got.
I want your opinion on him.
Dude, it's all brought on to him by himself. I think one of the things is, too, it's been kind of in this back-to-back national championship run, it's been smooth sailing for him. He hasn't had a lot of adversity that was publicized or highlighted in the media. But I think everybody got a real taste of who Dan Hurley is. And I think the thing about it is, man, this has been him through and through. You know what I'm saying? He's on every level that he's coached on, he's been like this. Some people say it's outlandish. I think it's a little bit disrespectful to the guys that are calling the games as far as the referees go. Now, what you do with your players and how you coach your players and how you motivate them, that's on you. But when you start to berate the officials, man, and listen, I'm one that had to learn.
Way he
big
did.
old trash.
How did we not get a whistle winning back-to-back national title?
Like, come on, man. That one, that doesn't work in your favor. Two, that puts your players behind the eight ball. And three, dog, that's just not a good look, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be, when you reach that mountaintop, man, you got to carry the flag a little bit differently. I'm not saying you change up what you did to get there, but it's more eyes on you, and you are looked upon as the leader of the game. So as being the leader of the game, it's a different responsibility. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, man. You got to carry it the right way.
Slay Dog, thanks for hopping in, man. I know you're busy with the SEC Network. We'll be watching. I know you're
I'm about to get fly on y'all.
I love it. I love it.
Shout out the street. Shout out the street to it. You see, I got the Taylor shirt on that. Ain't blousy or nothing, Mike.
Blousy. You're also having a lot of fun in the chat, which we appreciate that as well. Love you, brother.
Love you, Slay.
I love y'all, man.
All right,
go kill it on TV.
Check him out on the SEC Network. When we come back, we'll talk about the Tennessee Titans with Jim Wyatt from TennesseeTitans.com. Brownlee said the cold affected the team. Big Jeff said they were hung over from the wind. Levis, by the way, you mentioned this earlier. Last 4 weeks from A to Z Sports, last 4 weeks, top 10 in multiple categories. We'll ask Jim White about that next. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
What's happening now, man? It's Big Slay, and I recently contacted We Grow Hair because I was losing some hair. Yeah, the sunroof was starting to show. I didn't want it on tilt. I wanted it closed, hard top. I know a car ain't got no roof, but not in this form. I know what you're thinking. You're like, Big Slay, why though? Well, I'm watching myself on the stream, and I'm not going to sit by and watch the hair just slip out. Fall out, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to fix it. Went to PAI Medical, We Grow Hair. Actually, I went there today also, get my little therapy, you know. But you can lose up to 50% of your hair before you even notice it. Do what I did. Call right now for your free evaluation, 615-376-6010. For almost 30 years, We Grow Hair has been Nashville's premier hair restoration medical clinic. We Grow Hair's FDA-approved laser hair therapy plus antigen therapy is going to restore your hair. All you got to do is take the time to get in there. They even have a trademarked hair transplant procedure that gives you 3 times more hair in one procedure. Now, you're losing your hair, fix it. Go to WeGrowHair.com, 615-376-6010. Call now and get you an appointment and tell them and let them know Big Slay told you to go.
3HL 1045, The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport with you on a Tuesday afternoon in the Music City. Hope you're having a great day. Slay Dog with SEC Network duties. He will be back on Thursday. Zeph may want to check on Double D. Make sure the phone line is potted up, and we'll go to Jim Wyatt, TennesseeTitans.com. Jimmy, you there?
I'm here. You
All right,
hear me
good.
okay?
Yeah. We just got to get Babs some security credentials, I guess. No, she left her key card home and locked herself out. So she's had a rough few days, but she's gonna be okay. What can you tell us, if anything, about Julius Wood, suspended 6 games without pay for violating the league's substance abuse policy?
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's about all I can tell you is he's suspended 6 games. Team was informed of that today. League put out the information at 3 o'clock, and he will be away from the team during that stretch. So that's I really can't get into the specifics of what it was or maybe when he found out or whether he is going to appeal or not. Just know he's not going to be available, for the rest of this season.
How expansive is the drug testing for the league substance abuse policy? Like, is it? Remind me again.
It's random, right? You just get a note in your locker,
right? And how expansive is it?
Yeah, I mean, Don's right. I mean, it is. You get a note, you have to test. Guys, obviously, who have had issues before get tested more frequently, and that's kind of the extent of it. A lot of it is more private and how they go about notifying players. Not really aware of that part of it, but this is not the first time guys been, has had to face the consequences of that here. And I know across the league, it's something that just goes on a regular basis. And now Julius Wood's got to face the ramifications from that.
Before we get into what happened in D.C., let's talk about Will Levis a little bit. So 4 weeks now back from injury, and A to Z Sports put it together. Over these 4 weeks, he's in the top 10 in the NFL in passing yards, passing touchdowns, passer rating, yards per attempt, all while being sacked 22 times, more than any other quarterback. We ask you every week now that he's back, what do you continue to see from him?
Well, I mean, I think part of his toughness, because of everything you just mentioned. I mean, I think, there's a stat going into last week that was kind of mind-boggling to me. There's the first quarterback since the NFL merger that had a passer rating of over 105 through 3 games, and he was sacked 20 times in those games. I mean, I think he's looked better. He's made better decisions. He's shown some maturity. And some growth, with all that said, I mean, you got to score more points, and it hasn't been perfect for him. And it's hard to celebrate, any improvement he's made when you get beat 42-19, you fall down 28-0, right at the start of the game. I mean, so he was put in a very tough situation on Sunday because he's taken, they've had 10 offensive snaps and they're down 21 or 28-0. So,
I mean, life comes at you fast, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, and it's crazy. I mean, I just saying in my 6 things that stood out, it had a flashback to the game in Foxborough when they were down 45-0 in that game at the half, and really never got back in it. At least they try to get off the mat, but it's just too little, too late. And but I do think for him, he has definitely gotten better. I mean, I think the last 4 starts, you have to be encouraged by what you've seen, and now he's got to keep it going. I mean, now we're down to 5 games left in the season. You're going to make it a lot easier on yourself if you feel like you've got your quarterback and you'll have to address that this offseason. I don't think we're there yet, but if you keep playing well, then I think I'll certainly be of the inclination or of the feeling that you stick with Levis for another year and try to fix some other holes that need to be fixed.
Well, and these four defenses very, very good. And with 5 games left, you play Jacksonville twice. You've only got one team with a winning record in the last 5. So maybe an opportunity to keep growing for him and put them in a position where they don't have to use a high pick on a quarterback, which would be a great scenario for them.
Yeah, and let's face it. I mean, I don't think either one of these, and everybody's got different opinions, and at least quarterbacks, just like every year when you get closer to the draft, a lot of these quarterbacks, like whether it's Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward or Jalen Milroe or whoever you want to throw out there. I mean, all these guys once they have their pro days and go to the combine and people talk to them, they're gonna move up the board, and people are going to be interested in them. I'm just not. I'm not convinced that any of these guys are going to be great pros, and so then you have to consider what could be out there in free agency, and because of what the Vikings have done, does that mean Sam Darnold potentially is out there? There's some other guys that you're interested in, so it's not just a draft you have to wonder about. You have to think about other avenues where you could get quarterbacks. Or what we've talked about, or you keep the one you've got and fix other holes, and that's what these next 5 weeks are going to help tell us.
Jim Wyatt with us, TennesseeTitans.com. I was with Rhett Bryan in training camp, and Rhett was actually talking to Brownlee Jr., and he was having a good camp, and, man, he's been a really good rookie cornerback in this league, highly penalized, though. And it's interesting because I remember that conversation in training camp, and he said, listen, things are going pretty well, but there are a couple of things that I really have to work on, and that's eye discipline and hand placement. And those are 2 things that you just kind of have to learn on the job when you're thrown in there as a rookie corner against the wide receivers now that every team has.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and that is what's kind of gotten them. I mean, and if you're not using the right technique, even if you're in the right position, they're going to flag him. I think some of the ones he's gotten have been ticky-tack. I thought both the ones against Justin Jefferson a couple of weeks ago in the Vikings game, I thought they were pretty cheap, and but he has gotten some other ones. He's gotten them at bad times. He's gotten them at third down. But the play near the goal line where he got beat on a play, I don't know if he could have. He was pretty much draped over the receiver, and the ball somehow got in there. I think he is doing a lot of good things to make plays, and I like Jarvis Brown. I think he's feisty. I think he's tough. I think he's got a great attitude. I think he's going to be a really good pro, but he's got to clean some of this stuff up to avoid getting flags, and I think he will. I mean, they'll harp that on him about that, and he'll learn as he gets better. But he's one of the rookies, one of the draft picks I feel really good about.
Maybe I shouldn't have found this comical, but I kind of did. Like, to me, sports is entertainment at its core. But Brownlee Jr. talking about how he thinks the team was affected by the cold weather, and then Brian Callahan then having to address that to the media and say, hey, man, it was actually colder during the practice week before we went there, I thought was really funny.
I said that's a rookie response, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, that team wasn't affected by the weather. I mean, it was, it wasn't even that bad in, in Landover. I mean, it was. I had a coat on that I almost took off in pregame. So, I mean, I think he's a Florida guy.
Yeah.
And I think maybe he didn't like the cold, and he was maybe projecting what other people thought based on how he felt. But he's not the first Florida guy that didn't like the cold. I mean, I remember Samori Rolle used to look like the Michelin Man when he'd roll out there for games played in cold weather because he'd have so many layers on. And Javon Curse didn't like it. I mean, Florida guys don't like playing in the cold, but the Titans didn't lose because they were affected by the cold. They lost because they fumbled the ball twice, in the first couple of, possessions. They kept getting penalties. They didn't play defense. They couldn't tackle. They lost because they were a terrible football team in the first half of that game. It had absolutely nothing to do with the weather.
Speaking of fumbles, you put out the Here I go laughing again. You put out the Pro Bowl thing, and is that true that Jaquan is number one in the AFC in punt return voting?
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised with that as well. I mean, Amani Hooker was ranked 9th among safeties and overall, and I think maybe top 5 AFC. And Jaquan Jackson was 5th overall, but first among AFC returners. So that was a surprise, and it'll be a surprise to me if he's the returner on Sunday.
He could go to the Pro Bowl. Yeah, I mean they're talking about bringing in a free agent.
Who's going to return on Sunday?
They're talking about Mason Kinsey. There's all kinds of options.
Yeah, I mean I think it'd be more likely, but again we haven't practiced yet. Practice won't start until tomorrow. We can kind of get a better feel for what they might be considering. I would think somebody in-house more likely than somebody that you're trying to get up to speed. And I know at one point Brian Callahan mentioned that Tyler Boyd would be an option, but pretty much all you're going to get from him is just catching the ball, which sounds like an improvement, to be honest with you. So I think Mason Kinsey, Tyler Boyd, see what else options are out there.
Jacksonville coming in,
and Jaquan Jackson is a good kid. I mean, you never.
Oh yeah.
I hate to kind of make light of him. I mean, I've sat across from him on the bus ride back from the stadium to the plane on the way back, and just saw how hard he was on himself and how much it was bothering him. And he's had a bad stretch of putting the ball on the ground. And he's a great kid. He's worked hard, but I think that you can only get so many opportunities and mess them up before you have to suffer the consequences of that. And that's going to be not to get cut, but to be sat down and just and let somebody else do it for a while. So I'm sure that's what's going to happen here. And then he'll keep working hard, and hopefully next season he'll be on the team and have a chance to kind of make up for it.
Agreed. Jacksonville coming into town on Sunday. Trevor Lawrence knocked out of the game. A well-documented story in concussion protocol. His status in doubt. Titans favored by 3.5 in this one. Jim, need a get-right game coming off that bad week last weekend.
Yeah, so Mac Jones, I'm expecting to be the guy. And, Jags, last time they played the Titans, they came in here trying to win the division. They lost the game in what was ended up being Mike Vrabel's last game as head coach. So they'll come in here wanting to win and get a little bit of payback themselves. Titans can't worry about that. I mean, you got to figure out a way to end the season on a good note. I think Sunday is probably the last chance you were going to have to really try to get back in it and make a run and finish strong. But that doesn't mean you can't end the season on a positive note. And if you're going to do that, you got to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars of the world. So hopefully they'll turnout will be okay, and the team will show up ready to play, and Will Levis will keep trying to build on some momentum that he's been able to create for himself over the last 4 games.
TennesseeTitans.com at Jay Wyatt Sports. Jimmy, apologies that Slay's not here to talk Tennessee Vandy with you.
Yeah, I hate that I miss Ron because they always I was Vanderbilt just pretty much, I think, just limped to the finish line of the season. Unfortunately, they just didn't have the same juice they did at the start of the year. I think they just don't have the depth.
Ran out of gas.
Quarterback's banged up, and that's it. Ran out of gas. So, Tennessee was a better team over there on Saturday. Vanderbilt, I thought, started better than the Titans, that's for sure, and then just couldn't sustain it. And but certainly a encouraging season for me just to see them fight in every game. And the only game they really weren't in it was the South Carolina game, and now they got a bowl game to look forward to. And we'll see where we go from here.
Yeah, I mean, the head coach said the margin was thin in terms of depth, and man, when you go through that grind of an SEC schedule, you run into it when you don't have the depth that everyone else does. And And, that kind of bit them. But an historic season, beating a number one team in the country for the first time ever, to beat Auburn and Alabama in the same year. I mean, so many positive things for them. And now the trick is to not make this a one-trick pony, right? Like to show consistency and build on what they were able to do this year. And appreciate you talking about Vanderbilt football as a part of your visits with us this fall, Jim.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. A lot of years, not a lot to talk about when it comes to Vanderbilt football. So at least there was a little more excitement. But it's a different game now because it'll be a different team. I think they have 54 new players this year, and with the transfer portal and NIL and everything else has changed around college football, it's going to be a new team. And I guess
new quarterback,
Barkley and everybody in that personnel staff, a lot of credit for identifying guys for this year's team. Now they challenge us trying to do it again. So
Babs had a great point. Slay brought it up yesterday. There's a quarterback down at Georgia Tech I would just back up some a truck full of money to.
Yeah, he looked good. That was an incredible game, Friday night. I know I watched that one. And he's a tough kid.
He is. Thank you, Jimmy. Good stuff, man. And we'll talk with you next week.
Okay, y'all have a good one.
All right, Jim Wyatt, man, one of the best dudes out there. When we come back, Reese and Laura.
Uh-oh.
Operator error for me yesterday, not getting to them on their Monday call. We'll get to them next when we come back on 104.5 The Zone.
I want to tell you about Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville. Bob Lyons and his team came out to our house and did a phenomenal job of our landscape lighting. Also added lighting to our deck area so that we can enjoy it out there, which we enjoyed it last night to go out and look at the snow on the deck. Maybe you want to make sure that you can see in your backyard, that you have outdoor lighting. Maybe you need landscape lighting for your home. It's a wonderful way to beautify and enhance your home and landscape. And Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville is who you need to hire. For over 38 years, they've been making homes stunning with landscape lighting. They do the design, the installation, the maintenance. I knew nothing about what kind of lighting to add, and Bob and his team did a great job of telling me where we needed festival lights or path lights or wall washing or tree lighting or just area lighting. By the way, they'll even do maintenance on lighting systems they did not install. So what a great Christmas gift. Call Bob and the team at Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville. 615-376-LIGHT, L-I-T-E is the phone number. That's 376-LIGHT. Or just go reach out to them online and they'll get back to you. And they'll even come do a free nighttime design demonstration for you. OutdoorLights.com/Nashville.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brett Doherty, Don Davenport with you. Talking a lot of football. College football playoff rankings come out tonight. 6 o'clock. You want to just stay on the air for like 15 extra minutes just to get it in?
Coach Mack and Red will be in here, so.
Oh, that's right. Mac Talk. I forget. I told Dawn I thought today was Monday, but even so, it would be the Brian Callahan show. So there's that. Mac Talk coming up at 6 o'clock. They'll have it for you.
Yeah, Rhett typically updates the rankings whenever they come on during Mac Talk.
So yesterday we were at a Moment's Peace salon and day spa. And when we're on remote, sometimes things fall through the cracks, like phone calls and stuff like y'all know. And so Reese and Laura typically call on Monday and Friday. And I know Reese and Laura wanted to talk about Tennessee's win over Vanderbilt, I'm guessing. And here they are, Reese and Laura on 3HL.
Guys.
Hi, guys. Babs, I hope you feel better soon, and we're praying for you.
Oh, thank you. Love
So
y'all.
sweet, Laura.
Love you, too.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Wait. Let's get a beer count. Let's get a beer count going.
Okay, well, when we called, I was on beer 6 because I had to take. Laura drove because I was on.
I was on Diet Dr. Pepper.
I was on beer 6, and Laura wanted the $5 meal deal. We got her 2, one for today and one for work tomorrow, right?
That stuff's not good warmed up. Are you kidding me right now, Reese?
Warmed up.
Come on, man.
Well,
You can't just go by there tomorrow?
Well, no, she wants one for work. I can't leave work to go get it.
Oh, okay. Uber Eats.
Oh, I'm not paying for that. That's betting money. But
what does she get in the $5 meal deal? I've just got to ask.
Well, she got one of them, a McDouble plain and fries and Andy Reid nuggies with a Diet Dr. Pepper, and she got the other one.
That's so disturbing.
Way to go, Zip. And then she got the other one, the McChicken with the lettuce and mayonnaise, nuggies, and another Diet Dr. Pepper. And
well, definitely don't save that one for tomorrow with the mayonnaise.
No, I ate it already.
All right, there you go.
Well, so anyhow, that's the update on the food. But I hadn't ate anything. I was on, when we went to McDonald's, I was on beer 6, and I didn't know how long it was going to be, so now I'm probably on 13 or 14.
Oh, my Lord, Reese.
Okay. But
how much money did you make on Tennessee against Vanderbilt?
Well, I had put $100. Well, first off, Mayor, I don't mean to be rude, but I want to get some out to Babs. Are you with me, Babs?
I'm with you.
Okay, because I know Slay's not here.
Oh, yeah. What should I say? Talk to me, Reese.
No, well, don't get too loud. We're worried about your head.
Yeah, me too.
So I have had 3 concussions in life, 2 as a child and 1 as an adult. I got hit accidentally. My brother hit me in the head with a golf club, and then I fell out of a go-kart and landed on a rock. And then I have a sleepwalking disorder, and I ran into a coffee table and landed on the floor and hit a beer cap and almost bled to death. That's a true story. You can ask Laura.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. So
damn, Reese.
I understand the concussion. I even told Big Slay in the chat I was keeping my voice down today for the call for you.
Thank you.
And
she did fade at the end of the show yesterday. She had to take her headphones off.
Yeah.
So
that's why at the end of the call I'm gonna tell her to take her headphones off. But okay. I'm praying for her. Laura's obviously praying for her, and my mom and all the other 75-year-old women of her church are already praying for her.
Thank you.
And they live in Indiana. They don't even live in Kentucky or Tennessee, but you got a whole fortune of a bunch of old people praying for you. And you know those people mean business, Babs, so we love you.
Yes, they do. They got a direct line to the Lord.
Oh, my goodness.
No,
They
I'm
do.
saying
So
they
now-
do because they've been praying for so long. They got a good relationship
Yes,
with the big
that's-
man.
That's true.
They do. So now back to the Tennessee game, Babs. I agreed to bet 100, even though, as y'all know, I don't like large lines. And then we were Instagramming Slay during the game. Laura was freaking out. She's coming out here making death threats. We were down early.
14-0.
I tried to tell her, I said, the game is early. Calm down. And I was like, as soon as we got down, I made a bet. Tennessee was -1.5. And I texted Slay to jump on it. And then we got down more, and they were +3.5, and I jumped on it big time. And then I texted Slay again on the Instagram, and then Snapchat, Instagram, whatever, Laura, Instagram, okay. So anyhow, the answer to your question, Mayor, is I ended up 100 on the initial bet and another 300 between two in-game bets, and then I got greedy, and it went to 13.5, and I lost 100. So I gained like $300 or $400. I'm not really sure, somewhere around there.
You know what's interesting, Reese? When I first hit that game, it was 11.5. So that safety really helped. And so I went with you guys at 10.5 with the $100 to be a good teammate for you and Slay. And so,
you joined in on the $100.
I did, yes. And like you, I don't normally do that, but.
That's big for you, Mayor.
Yeah, I love y'all, so I had to do that.
Man, and you profited.
Yeah, and I would not have mentioned that on the show had they not covered that. But anyway.
You wouldn't have admitted it, you mean? Yeah.
I want to talk more about McDonald's.
No. So here's the game plan for tonight.
All right.
And then we're going to have Bab take her headphones off here in just a minute because we're almost done.
Okay.
But the Tennessee is favored now by 22.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yes, 22. We done a message in the chat to Slay, and I'm going to wait again. I'm idle on that one. That's too much. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the first 3-4 minutes, like the last basketball game and the last like 3 or 4 football games where we start off slow. And I'm almost hoping for a slow start so the line will jump way down to like 13 to 15, and then I'm going to jump on it. And then Tennessee will run it out like they did in the last basketball game and the last 3 or 4 football games. So, Babs, are you with me?
I'm with you.
Take your headphones off.
They gone. Hit it, Reese.
Her headphones are off.
Rocky Top! We love you, man. We love you, Slay. We love you, man. We're a family. Anybody that don't like it and wants to hear sports, they can Google on ESPN. We're here for everybody. We love y'all. Go, Rocky Top. We're hosting a playoff game, baby.
There they go, Reese and Laura. Thank you, guys. A lot of love for you there, Babsy.
I didn't hear the very end. I had to take the actually I did hear it through the headphones.
He said we're all one big family, whether we're talking sports or not.
That is true.
Did you see Monday Night Football
Love y'all.
last night, guys? Broncos took down the Browns 41-32. Cleveland quarterback Jameis Winston did what he does. He threw 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Not only that, Winston threw 2 pick sixes after the game. Babsy, you love Jameis Winston. Jameis said, quote,
That's awesome.
I'm just praying for the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes.
How can you not love this guy right now?
I know. May or may not be funny. We've got 2 entries for you when we come back. Stay tuned. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
Hey, I want to tell you guys about Zen Sports because they are the newest sports book in Tennessee and the best. I told you about that brand new sweepstakes, the big game sweepstakes they had in November. Well, guess what? It was so much fun and such a hit. Zen Sports has rolled it back with the big game sweepstakes college edition for December. And get this, Zen Sports will award the grand prize winner $10,000 cash and 2 VIP tickets to the college football championship game, or $15,000 cash as an alternate prize. Customers, you can earn entries for every bet you place on Zen Sports for every dollar you wager, and 10 times the entries for every parlay. How about that? Isn't this fun? You want in on the action? Earn those multiple entries every day just by betting on the Zen Sports app. What are you waiting for? Sign up for Zen Sports. Start betting. Download their app today or go to zensports.com. Zen Sports betting just got better. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Qualifying wager for a wager entry must have minimum odds for any leg in the entry of at least minus 250 or worse American odds. Head to zensports.com/sweepstakes for contest terms and conditions. You got to be 21 and older and in Tennessee to bet.
Good evening. It is 5:01. I'm Joe Spinano live from the 104.5 The Zone studios. Titans news today. Safety Julius Wood was was suspended for 6 games without pay due to violating the NFL's performance-enhancing substance policy. Also in NFL news today, former Titans, current Texans linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair was suspended for 3 games following the illegal hit he made on Jags quarterback Trevor Lawrence, as well as several other personal fouls and unsportsmanship-related rule-breaking in the past few seasons. Al-Shaair is set to appeal the 3-game suspension. Tonight, number 3 Tennessee basketball hosts Syracuse at Thompson Bowling Arena. Tip-off for that game is at 6:30. The Zone will pick up the continuation of that game right after Mac Talk ends at 7. Tonight at 6 o'clock, the 5th edition of the College Football Playoff Rankings will be released. Vols, who were at number 8 last week, look to move up after a 36-23 win over Vanderbilt, and losses from number 2 Ohio State and number 6 Miami. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home, the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty with you on a beautiful evening in the Music City. Hope you're doing okay out there. Big trouble on I-40 today. Prayers up for all involved there. I know a lot of people are sitting on the interstate and someone lost their life. So was that a pedestrian situation?
That's what I read.
Yeah.
Which is very scary.
We know Jackson, who works with us, Slay calls him Smiley, lives in Hermitage, right? About 20 minutes?
Correct.
He just got it. It took him 2.5 hours to get home.
Because the interstate's closed.
Yeah, from here.
Oof.
Babsy's here.
Hey, I'm in the building. That's right. Let's go.
College Football Playoff Committee releases its rankings in about an hour. That show goes off at 6 o'clock. What
About
do they
50
do
minutes.
with Ohio State losing to a 5-loss unranked Michigan team? We saw what they did with Georgia when they lost on the road at Ole Miss. And I think Georgia was favored by like 2.5 in that game and lost and fell from 3 to 12. So where does Ohio State go? 2 to what? By the way, Heather Dinich
says from 2 to 6 for Ohio State.
So why?
They have the
why?
countdown on ESPN's film.
Right. She's changed hers since yesterday. She's got Tennessee at 7, Ohio State at 6. That doesn't mean that's how the projected bracket will look, but
she has Miami in at 11.
Well, potentially, because you've got
Right.
the group of 5 and the
Well, Boise State is at 10, so.
Right, but then you get into what if Arizona State wins the Big 12 and all these things. What does Hadley always say?
What a mess.
What a mess. But it's fun to talk about, that's for sure. So what do they do with Ohio State? How far does Miami fall? Does Tennessee move into a home game slot? I think Tennessee does after this weekend. We'll see. But then, it's hard to know what they value, they being the committee, because they change it based on whatever team they're asked about. And they change it week to week. So, does head-to-head mean more than hottest team now? Or does bad loss mean more than good win? Or, we'll see. But that's coming out tonight. Where are you guys with running up the score? We're going to try to get into this again today in college football. Penn State beat Maryland 44-7. The Nittany Lions threw a touchdown pass on 4th and 12 with no time on the clock. 4th and 12, they throw the football for a touchdown to go up 44-7. Penn State coach James Franklin and Maryland coach Mike Loxley after the game didn't really have a great experience with each other. And then Franklin was unapologetic when explaining why he did that. Maryland coach Mike Loxley had something to say as well. We're going to try to get to that as well. Julius Wood, Titan safety, suspended for 6 games without pay for violating the league substance abuse policy. Don't know if he's going to appeal that. Houston Texans linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair got hit with the 3-game suspension for the hit he put on Jacksonville quarterback Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence knocked out of the game Sunday and is in question this weekend because he's in concussion protocol. Jags trip to Nashville coming up this weekend. Titans favored by 3.5 in that one. From Easton Freeze, Titans wide receiver Nick Westbrook-Akine has 8 touchdowns on 20 receptions. That's tied for the most touchdowns on 20 or fewer receptions in the Super Bowl era. I know one person who saw it coming.
Me.
That was in the offseason. Check this out. His 40% touchdown rate is the highest of any player in NFL history with at least 15 receptions.
Good job, Nick.
NWI. Getting it done. And then I wanted to throw this stat back out from A to Z Sports. They compiled this, and we hit Jim White with it. But to be specific, in the last 4 weeks, Will Levis has completed 61.7% of his passes, thrown for 960 yards, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, has a passer rating of 101.4. He is averaging 8.3 yards per attempt. Where does that rank him among all the other quarterbacks in the NFL? Well, over these 4 games, he is in the top 10 in the NFL in passing yardage, 9th, passing touchdowns, 8th, passer rating, 6th, and yards per attempt, 2nd, all while being sacked 22 times, which is more than any other quarterback. So where are we with Will Levis? I ask this question every week. Are you at the point now where he's your guy in 2025, or do you still need to see more? You got 5 games left. Still evaluating.
Need to see more. Why do you have to make a decision now? You don't.
You don't have to.
You have 5 games, but
I would
he's trending
honestly,
towards that way.
Definitely that.
And can I also add this in, especially with the limited, I think, QB class this year, QB draft class this year.
Wouldn't it be nice if you didn't have to spend a high draft pick on a quarterback?
Is this 4-game stretch he's had the best football he's played in his career?
I believe so.
Like even
that's a great question. I don't remember.
Do you know why it's hard to say? Because they haven't won.
Yeah.
Right,
but
he's
like,
1 and 3.
if like individually,
and so that's where I have an issue with it because I'm like, okay, but you're still not winning.
But we're at least at a point where Will Levis is not costing them the game.
Well, thank goodness.
Honestly,
I mean, how much is that saying,
right?
though?
It's other things.
Yeah. Honestly, he kind of got them back into the game at one point versus the Commanders.
Just couldn't score touchdown. Had to kick those 2 field goals,
and
or else they're in it.
That's been an issue with them all season, whether or not he's been playing good or bad.
True. Yeah. College football signing day is tomorrow. Did y'all know that?
I did, but a lot of people don't. The reason I knew it, though, is because I'm fascinated to watch these coaching changes and coaching searches and coordinator positions that coaches have to fill. Because if you're a recruit, don't you want to know who, well, A, your head coach is, and B, who your coordinator is for whatever side of the ball you're on?
That's exactly why Florida State did what they did.
1,000%.
They got Gus Malzahn to get out of UCF immediately.
Yep.
And
so
they hired a DC, too.
All the offensive and defensive players who their coordinators are going to be. Because it's important.
I didn't know. I later was inundated with it on social media. But Gator Mike and I were texting early this morning. Gator Mike reminded me this morning. But 24/7 Sports, number 1 so far. I got the top 10 for you right now. Number 1, Georgia. Number 2, Alabama. Stop me if you've heard this before. 3, Ohio State. 4, Texas. 5, War Damn Eagle.
That's right. He was doing work, baby.
I saw, who's the quarterback at USC that got benched that everybody loved? Miller Moss. Auburn's in it for him. He was like 5-star guy. But he got benched for this freshman that ended up playing. He threw 2 pick sixes against Notre Dame that screwed everybody's
just half
point spread thing.
To get a freaking quarterback.
Yes, you do. Number 6, LSU. Number 7, Oregon. Number 8, Michigan. Number 9, Texas A&M. Number 10, Tennessee. So 7 of the top 10 are SEC schools.
That's about right.
If you want to go to 11, Florida's 11, so that's 8 out of 11.
Listen, though, the transfer portal completely changes everything.
May or may not be funny. We haven't done this in a minute.
Hit it.
And we've got 2. We've got 2 for you. You can choose. May or may not be funny. Hit it, Zeph. That's so true. Some of what I'd send
the sleigh laugh
to the show
great.
never makes the show. Also, there's that. Yeah, sleigh laughing's great. All right, Frank Caliendo. Let me see. Where did I have him?
Everything he does is funny.
Frank Caliendo is hysterical. He's been on 3HL a lot. He comes in studio when he comes to Nashville, and we absolutely love him. He does so many voices, so great. And he put them all together. Now, this is Frank Caliendo doing a little bit of How the Grinch Stole Christmas in an on-demand voice situation. He begins with Tracy Morgan.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss.
Jimmy Fallon.
Everybody down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. Oh my God, this is so good.
Morgan Freeman.
But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, definitely did not.
John C. Reilly.
The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season.
Jeff Goldblum.
And now, please, don't ask why. No one knows quite the reason.
Norman Reedus.
It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right.
RDJ.
Could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight.
Trump.
But I think that's probably the most likely reason of all.
Liam Neeson.
May have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. I wouldn't know about that.
How great is Frank Caliendo?
He's so good.
His Liam Neeson is outstanding. Liam Neeson, I
don't know that one.
I will watch Liam Neeson every movie he's in, but he always plays himself in every single movie.
Who's that?
Liam Neeson? Okay, Babs.
Okay, you ready for this?
Actor.
Yeah.
She does. He's an actor. Very, very famous actor.
That's like one of his most famous lines is just saying the word no. Swear.
What movie is that?
Oh, dude, there's so many.
I think he's most famous, what, Taken?
The Taken movies.
Yeah.
What was the one with the wolves? The Gray? That one was good.
I don't know any of these.
That was also him.
Oh, okay.
Taken 2, Schindler's List, Saints and Sinners, Retribution, Taken Again, Taken 3.
I haven't seen any of these.
Well, you haven't seen many movies.
I know.
Yes, let's be real. Gangs of New York, that was wild. The Gray, that's a good one. For people with like high anxiety, watch that one because your anxiety level will go through the roof. Or maybe don't watch it. All right, so that's Frank Caliendo. May or may not be funny.
That was funny.
This is Titans fan Loretta Turnley, who put a message out there while her beloved team was getting pummeled. She put this out there, according to Zeph, at 12:59 p.m., meaning not even halftime. This is just into the second quarter. I'm guessing when they fell behind 28-0. And by the way, she's sitting in her Titans room. There's Titans stuff. It looks like the Titans Santa Claus threw up all over her room. This is how upset she was, down 28-0.
Delta, Greyhound, Republic, whatever. Go out there and pick up the Titans and bring them home. They out there ain't doing nothing. They just making a mess, just ain't doing nothing.
Making a mess.
It's just terrible what they out there doing. Lord have mercy. I ain't never seen them doing this bad. This don't make no sense. Lord have mercy. Oh, heckity. I just can't watch this. It's just my blood pressure is gonna go sky high and just bust out through my head. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, I'm not gonna even say tighten them, don't like them. Lord, they just done messed up. Oh Lord, have mercy. Y'all can look at it if y'all want to. I just can't do it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh. Heckity is the line of the day.
Yeah. Line up Greyhound, whoever needs to go get them.
Wow.
May or may not be funny. Which one did you like best?
Oh, her.
For sure. I mean, without question. Sorry, Caliendo.
And she's local.
Caliendo's paid to be funny.
Hey, listen, I want to hear Caliendo do her.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting sentence. Larry said, Dawn has seen Love Actually. He was in that.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson was in that. He was the little kid's dad in Love Actually.
I know exactly who he is now. Yep. Okay.
Carry on.
Awesome.
My wayward son. How's the college football rankings lined up tonight? I want to get Dawn's take on this. because you keep bringing it up, but we haven't really like dove in. Where are you with running up the score in college football? And James Franklin has something interesting to say defending why he threw a pass with no time on the clock, 12-yard touchdown pass, already up 37-7. And then Mike Loxley, the coach for Maryland, who had to try to defend that, also had something to say. That's next, 3HL 104.5 The Zone. You know what you want, and you only buy what you need to keep you connected. Stay connected with Wi-Fi coverage that delivers the speed your devices need. Count on a reliable connection for all of your devices. Even when everyone's online, you can still get it done with Xfinity Internet. Protect your devices and keep loved ones safe and secure online with advanced security included at no extra cost. 24/7 customer service here for you whenever you need it with in-home Wi-Fi support. You can stay connected on the go with more than 20 million secure Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspots nationwide. And once you get connected, they just automatically connect you no matter where you go. Get the best Wi-Fi for your home. Enjoy ultimate control of your home network with the Xfinity app. Personalize your Wi-Fi name and password. Assign user profiles. View and control connected devices and much more. Use the Xfinity app to pause Wi-Fi, to disconnect for a while, set family safe browsing, and much more. To get started, call 1-800-XFINITY. Visit Xfinity.com or drop into an Xfinity store today for more details. Advanced security is available to Xfinity Internet customers with a compatible, he said. Xfinity Gateway must activate advanced security through the Xfinity app. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed. For factors affecting speed, visit Xfinity.com/network management.
All right, I want to tell you about Cove Generators because they have a holiday special going on right now. Here's what Cove Generators, who is your premier Generac home standby generator dealer right here in Tennessee, they're ready to take care of you this holiday season. And here's how. They are offering a free upgraded 10-year warranty with any purchase of any Generac home standby generator. How about that? Be ready for the next power outage. Call Cove Generators, that's COVE, by the way, and go ahead and jump in on this free holiday special, a 10-year warranty. Tell them Dawn and Slay and 3HL and The Zone sent you, and they will take care of you. And by the way, why Cove Generators? Well, because this is all they do. Generators, and they know how to do it well, and they take care of you. The best price with expert installers and service after the sale, too. Do it. CoveGenerators.com. Never lose power again. Stay powered for the holidays. Go online and visit them or just give them a call. 615-241-6343. That's Cove Generators, where you can stay connected through it all.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Incredible record there. Ice Cube with new music, too. 615-737-1045. You want in at 3HL 104.5. Gator Mike is on the line. Gator Mike, what's up?
What is going on? First and foremost, Dawn, you're in my family's thoughts and prayers, so good luck with everything after the announcement yesterday. So we'll be thinking of you.
Appreciate you.
You're very welcome. But I do have to give you some grief, Dawn, because if you remember before the Ole Miss thing, I needed you to back me. And you were like, sorry, Gator Mike, because I was talking trash. Saying I told Brent we were going to win. We were going to take care of it. So I got to give you a little grief on that. But it's okay, though. I still love you.
I'm amazed at what Billy Napier has been able to do. I mean, I'm amazed. I got my ballot for where I have to vote for Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
And he's on it.
No doubt.
What?
Well, I told Brent, who had him being 8-5, possibly if we win the bowl game, he's probably going to get a top 10 class tomorrow with early signing day.
Mm-hmm.
And then, especially the way it started the first of the year.
I had him fired midway through.
Well, their over-under win total before the season started was 5.5.
I had 4.5 on FanDuel, Brent. You know I took that one.
I got it at 5.5. But yeah, 4.5, 5.5. And the way everything started, they're just with that schedule, it didn't look like it would come together. And Lagway saved him.
Oh, no doubt. And that's what I kept saying when when the talk was going out about him. I'm like, they got to give him a year with his guy, right? I mean, otherwise you're starting over from square one again and all that. So hopefully he can just keep the momentum going. Like I said, get that good class in there, obviously build around Lagway, and we'll see how it goes. But, Dawn, finally, you don't know, besides Love Actually, you don't know Brian Mills from Taken, Qui-Gon Jinn from the first Star Wars?
No, she's not
Come
in
on,
Star
Dawn.
Wars.
Mm-mm. I don't know any
You're better than this.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Hey, always great to talk to y'all, okay? Have a great week.
Thanks, Gator Mike. See you, buddy.
Congrats, Gator Mike. Maybe Florida will be back next year.
I mean, all you have to do is pull up on the internet anything Liam Neeson did while he's and hear him talk while you look at him, and you'll be like, okay, this is one of the most famous actors out there.
Oh, I know his voice. And you told me Love Actually. Now I know.
Now you know.
That's like
That's
one
all
of
you
the
needed.
best Christmas movies ever.
That's all
I
you
wish
needed.
Baby Babs was into it.
There you go. So how should we put this? A little birdie?
Just put it that way. Yep.
A little birdie let us know that Bama could be ranked ahead of Miami.
The Bama is ranked ahead of Miami.
Yes, that's even better. There you go.
A birdie told us that.
We talked about yesterday about Miami getting knocked out, and Chris Lowe agreed with me on that. And so that makes sense. But the talking heads are going to just have a blast with this. Alabama ranked ahead of Miami.
You know who's going to have fun with that one on Twitter?
Paul Feinbaum?
Peter Burns?
Danny Cannell.
Oh, he's going to lose his mind.
We need to
And
get
then Peter
Cannell
Burns
on.
will probably have fun at Danny Cannell's expense.
Oh, no doubt. That's going to be a Cannell meltdown.
So Bama ahead of Miami.
Does that kind of give you an
I told you all about Miami, though. They've lost 2 out of 3. And they were hanging on by a thread.
Do you think that gives you any insight what could happen with everybody else in front of them?
No, other than this committee is capable of anything.
I think it gives you insight that the SEC respect is there. Yep.
That's a great point.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's going to piss
I can't
off
wait.
the
Listen.
rest of the non-SEC country.
Listen, we're all here for it all day tomorrow on 104.5 The Zone. We'll mix in Titans talk, NFL,
cannot
college
wait.
football. But, man, the playoff rankings coming up at 6 o'clock. Where are you with running up the score in college football? You and I agree on this, I think.
Well, okay. So first of all, this is going way back, okay?
Should I explain why this came up before you give your background?
Sure.
So Penn State beat Miami 44-7. It was 37-7 with 4 seconds left. And Penn State had 4th down and 12. And with 4 seconds left, didn't take a knee. They threw the football into the end zone for a touchdown with no time on the clock. So maybe it was 38-7 at that time. But they win 44-7. So Penn State coach James Franklin and Maryland coach Mike Locksley have an interesting conversation after the game on the field. And then
Let's just say it was not a love you man handshake.
No, and Franklin was seemed to be surprised that Locksley had an issue with him throwing the football with 4 seconds left into the end zone for a touchdown with no time on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they go to their podiums, which we'll play for you here in a second. Now, you worked a game, you said.
So just my take, even prior to this, on running up the score.
Mine's been uniform for decades.
And this will tell you how long ago it was. Art Briles was the head coach at Baylor with that offense, right? They played Kansas when Kansas was an absolute debacle. I worked that game. Baylor and Art Briles put up 70. I interviewed Briles on the air in a post-game interview, whatever, just talking about the success of the offense that game. I had somebody hit me up on Twitter telling me this is so unsportsmanlike. I'm a terrible person for acting like it's okay. Wrote an entire article about it, whatever. I'm like, I have no problem with it at all. I didn't have a problem with it then. If you don't like it, stop them. If you can't stop it, it is what it is. I mean, we play to win the game and win the game in whatever way that you win the game. So I have no issue with it in the past even.
Right.
Now, I really have no issue with it because guess what that college football playoff committee looks at? Margin of victory, points scored, offensive production, and it can affect your seeding. It can affect their thoughts about you as a team. It can affect your ranking, hence your postseason success.
Especially now.
I didn't have an issue then. You've never had an issue with it. You're like me. If you don't like it, stop it.
No, I mean, it used to come up with Steve Spurrier at Florida. And I, people love to hate that guy. And that was another reason that you could hate him. But I was like, look, man, you signed up to play 60 minutes. If you don't like it, stop him. That's on you. It's not on him. You control you. You don't control that guy. So if you can't stop him, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
And so James Franklin, Zeph, let's hit James Franklin here talking about, I guess the best way. I mean, he's talking about the post-game handshake with Mike Locksley, but I guess the biggest takeaway here with James Franklin is he's unapologetic about running up the score.
It didn't look like it was the smoothest post-game handshake. Is that the statistics and their one still in there, or can you explain that last touchdown?
Yeah, I get it, right? At the end of the game, we throw a touchdown. I get it. But a couple things I will say. My job is to put the 3s and 4s in the game. But when the 3s and 4s get to go in the game, they get to play football. Those guys deserve to play football. Your 1s are in the game. You were trying to score. We're trying to score. On top of that, you're playing cover 0. If you don't want, play cover 2. So I'm good with it. And on top of that, there's also a change in college football. We are trying to play as long as we can, make the playoffs, and be seeded as high as possible. And scoring as many points and a point differential matters. All that matters. And if you don't get that, it's really not my problem. So, W, 1-0. I'm good with it. Anybody that's not, that's their problem.
How do you really feel, James?
Yeah, maybe you could have phrased that part better, but I agreed with everything he said. But if you don't agree with it, that's your problem. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. He could have said that. I don't think it's anybody's problem if they disagree with you.
That's your problem. That's a very hostile way to put it, right?
Hostile way to put it. Like, I'm right, you're wrong. Very much, I'm standing on a podium looking down on you.
Yes. Which is
condescending.
That's James Franklin for you.
Yes. So here
I never heard Loxley's response.
I haven't heard it either. And Zeph really wants us to play this because he said he's about to wet his pants because he's going to hit play and then go to the bathroom. Anyway, hey, full disclosure show, which is why we just keep talking and you still haven't been able to hit it yet. And we're just messing with you at this point. We're running up the score on you, Zeph. All right, here's Michael Oxley, the Maryland football coach.
Hey, Mike, what was the exchange with James in midfield there?
I was asked about his family, Christmas cards, address, all those things. It was bull. That's what it was. I respect the game. I got a lot of respect for James, his program. I think it was bull.
Okay. Fair enough. Guess what?
Listen, man.
Guess what? He's entitled to that opinion.
James Franklin's not a Dale Carnegie guy. Like, he's not out there to win friends and influence people.
Oh.
That's the Dale Carnegie sales book.
Okay, I didn't know that.
James Franklin's going to do him. He's always been like
Always
that,
has.
even when he was here.
Always has.
My favorite James Franklin stuff from Vanderbilt, it's like he always talks in like life parables, but people would be like, when he got the job and he was talking all this positive smack and here at Vanderbilt and all this stuff, and they're like, yeah, but Vanderbilt's never won and blah, 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 or, you know, not since the 30s. And he's like, what does any of that losing have to do with me? None of it. I wasn't here for it. I'm here now. What did he do? He won 9 games, 2 years in a row. Vanderbilt's never done that.
With Bobby Johnson's players, P.S.
Still did, though.
I know. There was some good athletes on that team, too. Jordan Matthews.
They did have a Bobby Johnson put together a roster.
Yeah.
And Bobby's a great guy, man.
He's the best.
I love that guy. But there's something to be said for James Franklin instilling that mindset of we are going to fight you to the end without question and unapologetically. Just instilling that confidence takes you over the top in terms of talent.
I'm going to give this to Franklin as well. You don't have your starters in at that point. To me, that's sportsmanship, right? You don't have your starters in. You've got second and third string guys in. He's right. They deserve a chance to play the game like you're supposed to play the game.
Right. And I don't want this to sound like, because you have problems with a lot of what he does.
James Franklin?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
I also think they're super overrated.
So when we threw this to the group, you were like, I can't believe I agree with him on something, basically. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. They call him Big Game James, and it's, I mean, not really. Trying to make fun of him. He's got to get better in these big games.
Yeah.
And he's got another one this weekend. And they're playing number 1 Oregon, who I watched.
They could get embarrassed.
They could, but Oregon has shown some like iffy moments for sure. And I'm not a huge Dylan Gabriel guy.
No, I'm not either.
But I just keep going back to James Franklin in those big games like that. Typically, they get beat and handled.
I am a huge Dan Lanning person.
They're talking about him going to the NFL after this year.
Can I say this?
Of course.
If I'm a college coach and I have an opportunity to go to the NFL, I'm gone. What it takes to be a college coach and recruit in this day and age and make sure that your university and your collective and everybody is on top of NIL so that you can be successful, making sure you can keep a team together throughout NIL issues, making sure that you can recruit your own players to get them back next year. You've seen Twitter, you've seen the portal. I mean, look at how many players have jumped in the portal already because or are going to, from this whatever until December 28th that it's open. I mean, college coaching is such a hard job right now because of the portal, because of NIL, because of recruiting. It's hard. I mean, there's a minuscule part of your job nowadays that actually involves what's going on the football field. It's hard.
Very hard.
I'd go to the NFL too.
Well, we'll see what happens. There's going to be openings. There will be openings. There are always openings in the NFL. All right, when we come back, we got a couple of people on hold that we'll reach out there, and then Mac Talk at 6 o'clock, and the college football rankings get released. All that, 3HL 1045 this one.
I'm going to tell you who's a 5-star business when it comes to windows and doors. That would be Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville, 5-star on all levels. And actually, you can go check out their Google reviews because that'll show you and tell you how much people love them. 4.9 rating on Google reviews, which is really good with a ton of reviews. And a lot of people talk about the quality of the product, the craftsmanship, but really the process of installation too. It allows them to warranty their work. They have the staff in place to support you, the customer, and they back everything up with warranty. The 10-year labor warranty is leading in the industry. And of course, the lifetime warranty on those windows and doors. I know because I have Pillow Windows and Doors in my home, in my rental property, and I loved the entire process. They've got a deal for you. Tell them Dawn sent you. Get 50% off qualifying installations and no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 full months. What a great holiday gift, right? 615-249-1910, or you can easily schedule a free consultation. Check out that offer. Just do it online, PellaNashville.com.
What's happening, people? Big Slay coming to you with Kellum Stem Cell Institute. You got to understand exactly what I'm giving you, though. From autism to arthritis, it's your body, your cells, it's your solution. It's time to get on it, get that inflammation up out of your body. Yes. How are you going to do it? It's your stem cells that actually attack it. Yeah, it's real easy. It's harvested and redeployed based on your needs. Me, for instance, I had such great results with my knee. When that inflammation was tearing it up, I got a hit right there, and I wanted to expedite the results in my hip. So what did I do? I went back to Kellum and got a shot of the air quotations, secret sauce. Yeah, it's good. Nanoparticles and other growth factors function by increasing the energy output of your cells as well as improving cell communication. So when you all are DMing me, ask me, how does it work? What do you do? I'm giving it to you right now. The end result is faster healing and pain relief, and I'm living proof of it. The secret is out. Get your consultation today at 615-850-4415, 850-4415, KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Again, Lil Birdie tells us Alabama ahead of Miami in the college football rankings coming up tonight.
ACC.
I wonder if they got word of it, too, because they are in major push mode.
40 minutes ago, ACC Twitter account put out, in all caps, put them in. The ACC is a multi-bid league, period. SMU, undeniably in. Miami earned an in. Best offense in the nation plus 10-2 record. 2 losses by a combined 9 points. Clemson win and in. ACC champ game win equals top 4 conference champion.
Right. So all they're really doing here is saying that there should be 2 in. Unless okay, well, they're saying if Clemson wins the ACC.
They're saying if Clemson wins, there should
then
be
there
3
should be 3. There's no way.
No.
There's no way.
If Clemson wins, Miami's totally done.
Look, now, if any of us work for the ACC, this is exactly what we would be pushing.
No doubt.
But what does that tell
And
you
should.
that they are clearly trying to get Alabama in here? For Alabama to be ranked ahead of Miami. A 2-loss Miami team as opposed to a 3-loss Alabama team. Respect for the SEC? Politics?
Hold on.
Brand.
Start over. 1.
Respect for the SEC?
Yes.
Politics?
Yes.
Brand?
Yep.
I'll tell you this about Miami.
They have a
You just
brand,
saw
but
them.
it's an old school brand.
It's an old school brand. I saw them play Tennessee in Knoxville. They do not have a big fan base. Even though they're in one of the largest cities in America.
Who, Miami?
Yes.
There were a lot of Miami fans at that Syracuse game.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Because it's funny, when they played, I forget what year it was, they played in Knoxville, they were rolling then too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's interesting how ESPN is now covering this too. And they're talking about this very topic. So we'll see. SMU loses the ACC championship game. I think they're out. Whether they should be or not, I'm not debating that at this moment. Right, but I think they are. I think Miami's are. I said yesterday I thought Miami's out. Clemson, if they lose, they're out. That's a clear one to me. So I think you're looking at a 1-bid league for the ACC. 1-bid league for the Big 12.
Yes, for the Big 12. Period. End of discussion. Whatever. Yes, you're right on the Big 12.
So you think if SMU loses, they still get in?
I do.
Okay.
Or
this is so much
I think
fun
they
to
should.
talk about.
I think they should.
Okay, so that's what I was saying. Like, I'm
There's
not
a
debating.
difference.
I'm not debating whether they should or should not. I'm saying I don't think they are. If they lose the ACC championship game, listen, I think they're gonna pound Clemson. I think SMU is going to pound Clemson.
I do too. So.
And so Clemson's
So
going to
it
be
probably
out.
won't
And so
matter.
then the question is Miami in or one of these 3 SEC teams in? And I think after tonight, it's going to be obvious that they're pushing Alabama, even with the 3 losses. Let me get.
And you would rather have Alabama over South Carolina?
I'm offering no opinion at this point. I'm just trying to figure out what they're going to do. We're
in the
plenty
opinion business, Mayor.
Right. Now I'll think about it tonight, and then we'll have plenty of opinion tomorrow. You're right about opinion business. I don't think with regard to Alabama that they should be in with 3 losses. As I sit here right now. Now, I might change my mind the more I think about it tonight and look through all of these resumes again. But that's the fun in this, to me, the 12-team thing. There's so many discussion points. And then in 2026, here Chris Lowe say yesterday, 14 or 16 teams. They have to do it again next year this way.
Mm-hmm.
But by 2026, they can change it. Let's go to Philly Mike. Next up, Philly Mike, what's up, man?
All right, Mayor and Babsy, how's it going?
What do you know, man?
All right, it's been a while, but I've been working hard selling beverages, so haven't had a chance to call too much, but doing well. Babsy, good luck to you, whatever. I just caught the last part of it, whatever it is. I support you 100%, so good luck
Thanks,
on that.
Philly Mike.
And my Philadelphia Eagles are rocking and rolling. Titans fans, we have room in the Eagles' nest. If you want to come on in, we are rocking and rolling 8 in a row. My alma mater, St. Joseph's University, our women's field hockey team came in second in the national title game. We lost to Northwestern 5-0, but congratulations to the Lady Hawks. And Babsy, I agree with you 100% about NCAA coaches, going to the NFL. But check this out. Stanford just hired Andrew Luck to be their GM of football operations. So I think this is something that is a wave of the future, and I think this may keep NCAA football coaches there to let the GM do all the negotiating. College is becoming more and more like the pros. This could be something that could keep coaches in their place so they don't have to worry about recruiting and NIL negotiations. What do you all think about Andrew Luck in his new GM role at Stanford? You all take care. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Philly Mike. That's a great point. We haven't really talked about that, but for those that don't know,
I agree.
Andrew Luck's role, the head coach will answer to him. He is literally a general manager like it's structured in the NFL.
This is the way college football is going. Now, some of the other like GM positions that already exist around college football are not the ones that are ahead of the head coach.
No, it's more of
This is very different.
Y'all do the stuff I don't have time to do.
Exactly.
And it's an operational day-to-day thing.
Right.
This is different at Stanford.
Very different. I think it's going to be fascinating.
This is going to be fun, Babsy.
Yes.
And we'll be all over it tomorrow. The College Football Playoff Committee releasing its rankings momentarily. Again, we hear Alabama ahead of Miami in this this edition of the rankings. Fun day. Appreciate y'all for sure. Again, Mac Talk is coming up. So definitely stay tuned for Coach Mack and Rhett Bryan, the executive producer of Titans Radio. And then 104.5 The Zone will be all over this thing tomorrow. Coming up on our show tomorrow, we've got Coach Mack at 3:20 and Todd Furman at 4:20 to talk about the championship games and the point spreads. Watch Slay Dog on the SEC Network with basketball coverage. Tennessee in action tonight. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Vanderbilt in action tomorrow. Auburn Duke tomorrow. We've got a lot of big basketball games coming up that we need to mix in. All right, Mac Talk is next.
Tennessee basketball will be after Mac Talk. They'll join in progress.
Thank you, Zeph. We appreciate you guys including us in your day. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take it lightly. Have a great night. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't
want to be ya.
Unless you're Tyson Spears.
Can we take off Traylon Burks?
Traylon Burks or the College Football Committee.